And this.
And here we are with Realm of Shade, session 41, Curse of Strahd. I did that in the wrong order. All right.
This time Shade was the one who screwed it up.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Unlike-
noting that.
Unlike
Good
a
job.
certain Ratman that we know.
I've done nothing to screw stuff up during the beginnings.
I
Gorgon
can
never
contest
makes mistakes.
Gorman has
No, I
constantly-
don't make mistakes before the game.
Yeah, he never makes mistakes, guys. Just accept it. Reaper is a perfect human.
I'm human. Yeah.
He's a perfect monstrosity.
Okay. So, yeah, we missed a week because I was friggin' tired after heading to mountains. So that's
Oh
great.
yeah, we didn't have a game last week.
Yeah, I was about to. I forgot about that.
So,
Can you get a ping?
gonna mute my phone. Is everyone actually in the get the backup character out of here, Snack?
Oh,
Don't
Such
worry.
disappointment.
I made sure to open up the combat tracker just in case.
That's like a button click, you know.
Yeah, just in case.
How about two? Silver.
Yeah.
Gonna get you to do the recap today.
Oh, good. I don't remember anything. Let's see what I can remember.
All right. Let's see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, at the beginning of last session, that was 2 weeks ago, I believe we had just gone and done. If not, I'll probably recap the session before just in case. But we had just gone to witness Guard stabbing Isaac to death. He came back. He was a vampire, as I believe Glorben beforehand had killed all the guards but one. We ended up fighting Vampire Isaac, where he was actually a lot easier than what I think everyone thought he was going to be, especially since Sir Knight Squire had grappled him and then taken him away from everyone else for a little bit. We proceeded to start flanking and beating the crap out of him, as eventually he turned into mist form, trying to escape into the room to where Sir Knight Squire has apparently been moved to at the moment. Slept in the bed. We were trying to find him. Greg went into the room, stabbed him to death before anyone could say anything, because he was afraid if he tried to hesitate on killing him, he would end up going out of town and killing people. So Isaac died there. We ended up talking to the son of the burgomaster, whoever was a risk.
Burgomaster.
Yeah, who was initially like in charge, but before he got killed by Theodore all the way back then. Sir Knight Squire and Shizuka secretly ended up bringing the burgomaster's wife back to life. And I say secretly because Sir Knight Squire went, oh yeah, Shizuka's ability. We made preparations going to the funeral where we could hang or burn his body. We ended up talking to church, got their permission. Eventually, we came to this situation where we were talking to the burgomaster's son or whatever, the wife and the priest. And we're in the middle of that conversation when Carl stepped in. He was like, hey, bitches, where's my share of the pie? And that's where we are right now.
I think the last part was wrong, but everything else was fine.
It wasn't
pretty well
actually.
right.
Was that over 2 minutes? I felt that was like
That was 10 seconds over.
Oof.
shame.
Take his
No, his name's
inspiration,
Shade.
Shade.
But yeah, I'll be generous. Take it.
Don't do it,
If I
Shade.
can recap it in less time, do I get his inspiration?
No.
Everything that
Honestly,
Gorman is what
I was
happened.
like,
Done.
what the I was seriously like, what the hell did we do? And then I just started talking and I was like, oh yeah, that's what we did. I'm surprised I was able to salvage that as well as I did.
Did good.
Good job. Did the
Woo.
things.
Okay.
And you didn't die.
So yeah, now we have Zombie here today, so we're gonna go over what What's been going on with the John?
Yeah, so let Zombie review it for us. Give him inspiration to review his side.
Send me a
Bravo.
list in DMs of everything that happened, and I will.
No.
Hmm. Oof.
No.
So, let me. Zombie, high or low?
Hello.
High low.
Low.
Low. All right.
How low can you go?
Okay. So we're starting with the party.
High party deaths.
Oh.
Yep.
John doing a recap. Okay.
No, I mean, we're starting with what the party's doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was wondering what you were talking about precisely.
I don't have music going. Hold on.
Disgusting.
Well, I guess then we're not starting until after that.
There we go.
Imagine starting.
It is now no longer white noise.
Wait, no, wait.
Hey, people are talking.
So, yep. You have Carl Washer looking all pissed in front of y'all. I think this was
As
the
he
layout
does.
of the whole dealings. Might be wrong. Whatever.
Looks pretty.
No, he was pretty angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Offer you
Can I
a
offer you
bone.
a bone in these trying
Can
times?
I offer you a bone in these trying times?
Jessica in the bone wagon. Pulls the bone out of the bone wagon. I'm
Want
driving
a
the
snack?
bone wagon.
Is this supposed to be in the Danny DeVito style?
I don't know what that's a quote from. That's
That's
what
the-
came to mind.
Always Sunny.
Yeah, always sunny Philadelphia.
Hey there, buddy. You seem upset.
You're
Oh,
right.
Good. One moment. Shia, I know you're not good at talking. Can you move aside for a moment?
Globin starts
If I-
marching
if I
angrily
said-
towards the
If
location.
I said he was a vampire and we didn't want him escaping, would that make it you less angry? And then he'll move to the side.
All right, you got initially a good impression on that. I'll give you a point for that, Shia.
Thank you.
Kill him immediately. Good job.
We were kind of put into a situation where the guards. Wait, didn't I already tell him this last session?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. I don't need to repeat myself. He knows what I said.
So technically, we didn't kill him.
He was already dead.
Yeah.
I mean, to become a vampire, he was already dead.
So technically, your beef is with the guards, not us.
Well, that sounds like you want me to kill the guards instead.
We don't want you
Well,
to do that.
that would be if there's guards left to kill.
Well, we passed one on the way in.
Have a wet
Yeah,
going.
but not the ones that actually killed him.
You think that matters to me?
I don't know. Maybe. I feel like if you're a man that's seeking specific revenge, you would specifically go after the people who did it.
Twice to move past. Can't really since there's only two people in the same space.
Now there's three.
It's
Well,
just casually
I'm
occupy
kind of-
the same 5-foot space.
It's
We're
5
just-
feet.
We're just,
Instantly.
standing shoulder to shoulder.
I like to imagine Glorban sticking his head out.
Like
Oh,
what?
Shia.
Like Shia's
Looking
looking
menacingly
around
at the
corner.
individual. Sorry for interrupting.
If you want, we are working with proceedings on what to do with the body if you want to join this conversation. We can't offer you to kill him, but we are preparing funeral rites, quote unquote, to burn it publicly.
Yes.
I mean, if you want
You
to be the
want
one
to-
that burns it,
You want to call it a funeral?
Quote unquote.
Hmm.
I did air quotes. I did them very visibly. That's a certain
Public,
squire. He gestured them with fingers.
public spectacle. Would that
Roll
be
your
a better term?
persuasion
Me?
tonight. Yeah.
Sure, I'll go ahead and use advantage from the
Okay.
inspiration die I got.
Hasn't somebody using their inspiration double?
Yeah, like last session when I did that.
I mean, I tried last session. I just didn't succeed because Shade wouldn't let me.
You try to do it
Where is it? It's at the
retroactively.
bottom.
No, I tried it on a saving throw. Apparently, I can't use inspiration to make you fail.
Oh yeah.
Not how that works.
That's not good, but it's better than a 6.
I was gonna say it's better than nothing. Just accept that.
Meanwhile, Globin is still trying to scroll his way through this path.
I feel like it's in a reasonable amount. It's not you're amazing, it's just you're okay.
Very well. What is the discussion being had?
Alright. Moves aside. Globin, let's go ahead and let him in.
Fine.
Both of you stay here. He walks forward and into the room. Carl? Victor?
I should mention Victor has stated that prior to you coming that he would be more than willing to talk to you as well.
Well, then that would be a conversation that he and I should have privately. After whatever you need to discuss.
We were pretty much done, weren't we?
We were setting up the situations, weren't we?
I thought we were pretty much done. Huh.
About if we want to go ahead and fill Carl in on what we're doing. I'll go ahead and leave Victor to do that. He's the one in charge here.
And you don't need to be there for that, so I don't need to talk to myself.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be listening through the door.
Glorbin is watching still. He wants to know all the details.
No, it's perfectly fine. I would just walk out.
Hmm.
And if I hear loud screaming,
Suddenly Mist comes in and grabs Glorbin and chucks him to Castle Ravenloft.
Good
Like,
news.
Oh,
Like
Oh.
early.
Yeah, good
oh,
news.
hi,
guys.
Strahd.
Glorbin is gone. We did it.
I walk back.
Alright.
Give us a month. I'm using it.
Is there anything that you need to say? I'm still a little pissed off myself, and perhaps a talk with Victor here will prove to be calming.
Sure.
I scowl
walk
at
out
him
there.
deeply for about 3 seconds, straight at the face, and then walk out.
He looks at you, Shizuka,
Oh, good.
just narrows his eyes, looks away.
I'm just gonna walk out too. I'll
Is
follow after
he-
Glorbin.
is he doing the same thing as Meraldo? Does he think? Can he see the same thing as Meraldo? Does he have the same feeling from her that Esmeralda gets?
If
I'm pretty sure I
Shizuka wants
told
to
him.
roll an insight regarding
That's
that,
I was gonna say that's reasonable, but I'm pretty sure I told him and then he didn't believe me. So I kind of
Yep.
have the idea. We can do this. Shade, explain more.
sure. Okay.
Explain further.
Playing further.
You'd probably gather that this is somewhat relating to his sudden shiver when he looked at you before when you were talking to him in the Washtra house, which seems to have been in connection to the contractor in some way.
I see.
I forget. Do I still have the head on me? I don't remember.
I think you do.
Oh, yeah, that might be a point of
You have both
contention
the
for
head
him
and
then.
body, don't you? Or did you leave the body?
I had this. No, yeah, I think I'm carrying a
Yeah, no,
a
he's
body
carrying
in the
something.
undergarments.
Sorry,
Yeah, you
what?
put it in common clothing, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
and you start carrying
you had him on your back. That,
Yeah.
that was.
So he
that's
knows
weird.
like he's dead.
He
He
can see
sees
it.
them on the floor.
He
So
sees
should
the
I
body
should
getting
I
dragged.
stay in there? And does he have anything to say about that? Or
He also has proof he's a vampire because he can see the thing.
oh yeah, I forgot the head is dangling from his left hand with his two great weapons in his right. There we go.
How many ladders are on his back, though? Just want to make sure we understand the mess that's in this room.
Beautiful.
He kind of has to put him underneath his arm to get out the door, but you know, it's worth it.
So what are you guys doing then?
Oh, I didn't know if you had any interaction with that, so I was waiting, just in case.
Well,
I will be waiting.
hmm?
I will be waiting for the conversation to finish and for Carl to leave.
Okay. Glorben, the two cultists, a male and a female in red robes, they're just looking down the hallway, not specifically at you, but at what's being carried on your back. They look very nervous.
Yeah, how disgusting bringing ladders into a building.
Shut the no!
Man, he's carrying 3 10-foot ladders in a building like
Dude.
this. He's in the hallway only 10 is only 6 feet tall. I don't know how tall it
Magic.
is. It's terrifying though. The form, the pose, the power.
I'm part again, you for didn't you know? I'm sorry, guys. Is there a problem?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Let's head out. Or you want to? Do I need to put myself on a hanger again? Will that make you guys feel better?
No,
You are in a different room.
in a different room.
No.
You're also pretty bloodied, aren't you? Still.
Yeah. Good bit of damage.
You're a little hurt.
Is this not the man you wanted dead to begin with? So what's your problem?
Well,
I even fixed this. Sorry.
Well, he's on your back.
Well, yeah. I'm not just gonna leave him someplace. He technically has places to go.
Places to go.
Hmm.
Reaper, his escort.
Well,
I wish Stanley was here so that Clover could do the "Hey kids, want to see a dead body?"
Hey kids, want to see a dead body? Pops out wall.
Well, carry on.
Can we have Stanley do that and then disappear again?
No, that's stupid.
Damn.
Stanley flies through the wall. Dead body.
Dead body.
Oh, all he hears.
Flies through the other wall. He
Actually, no,
he enabled
that's-
God
no,
mode
no.
and hacks.
I was
Yeah,
about to say that's
he's-
how you know he's part vampire because he can do the same thing Isaac did and go through walls.
he's just been no clipping this entire time.
Oh yeah, he's a speedrunner.
I can beat the curse of Strahd in 1 hour.
Christ.
Wow, that's a 40-session campaign. Great job, man.
I go right. It's called resurrecting the dragon early. It's a legit strategy. You should look it up.
Wait. Can you resurrect the dragon from his skull?
Who knows,
I
man?
am pretty sure you can. I just need to see what all bones there are.
The resurrection spell would do it.
Yeah, the spell called True Resurrection would probably do it too.
True resurrection also works. A little bit harder to get your hands on than resurrection, but yeah.
So I assume we're all waiting till the conversation ends, clogging up the hallway.
Making the
my way
hallway
or the
look like
highway.
a weird dick.
Sir Knight Squire, it's a cross.
Yeah.
The Sir Knight Squire is being generous and not being in the hallway. He went off into a room.
You're just inside a room full of Irina-looking dolls.
I wonder if she
Yeah,
would
I'm
like
used to
one of
this.
these. I
I
pocket
wonder.
one.
I wonder if we can get her some thread for that loom. Cut to Krusk.
So Shade, legitimately, is there an item called Irina doll in the book, or do I need to add it myself?
Let me just look up doll. Actually, there is. Damn,
All right, I would like one.
just a single one.
Actually, I would like two.
You'd like two.
Okay, just keep putting
Two.
more and more stuff on.
I'll just call it. Add it to your inventory. Where'd you go? There'd you go. Call it. Not pretty doll,
But
as it's normally
there
called.
was
Irina doll, as it is now called.
So, Glorman's gonna stand here, just in case these two are gonna be attempting to do something. There's always a chance.
By the
Just
way,
so
can I
you guys
inspect the craftsmanship on the doll?
Sure.
Ugh.
It seems well crafted, especially compared to a lot of Blinsky's other toys.
It's like he didn't want to fuck this one up.
Does it look like Blimsky's work, or does it look like someone else's?
You do know that Blinsky made all of these. It also
Blinsky was putting a lot more effort in this than
It also has a little advertising bit on the back of it.
that's adorable. That no longer exists, nor does Blinsky. Oh wait, yeah, no, I think Blinsky's still alive.
I think he's alive, just not the shop.
Well,
He might be alive.
yeah, Isaac would not have killed them because how is he supposed to get more dolls?
He all you know is that he went missing.
Yeah, because
he
he'd
probably
be-
ran out of town.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Too much work.
Sure. Okay.
Weird. Oh wait, no, I was about to say it's really weird why he had Irina dolls back at his shop. I was like, it's really weird why he has them here, and I was like, no wait, Isaac does know Irina apparently. For some reason.
He's gonna go talk to both of the cultists. You guys want to see a magic trick?
No.
I'll make you two dead people die.
Oh. Well, he had just projected 3 swords and was about to juggle them, but he will dispel the sword.
Well, you want to see a magic trick?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Do anything crazy, you die.
He swirls his right hand up a little bit, and a ball of light appears.
Ah. Cool.
Lightning bolt.
Oh shit.
I was just gonna juggle swords that I made, but fair. I think yours is has a little bit more novelty to it.
Sure. Okay, so the conversation goes on for about half an hour.
Can I take a short rest during that time?
A short rest is an hour, sir. But if you want to start taking a short rest, you can.
Okay.
After which the door opens, and Father Lucian steps out. They're still going in there. A lot of it has been them catching up.
That's nice.
They were friends when they were younger until Victor became more reclusive.
That's great. I'd say maybe friendship could help Carl with his issues, but I'm not sure that really will affect a lot of things when it comes to people who have already developed in life like that.
Did they learn magic from the same person?
I can't say I know where Carl learned his magic, but Victor learned it from a book that was held in the attic.
I see. Maybe we. Do you mind if we take a look at it, or is it not usable anymore?
I don't know where he keeps it.
Ah,
Also, it
got it.
would be better to ask him
Ask
than
Vic-
me. I do not live here.
I got ahead of myself. My apologies.
It's fine. They were discussing the future state of the town, trying to come to some sort of agreement.
What if it became a multi-leader bureaucracy? Two of them share.
Multi-liter bureaucracy.
The two of them share power. Equals in the town.
The idea.
Bipartisan?
No, that would be an oligarchic monarchy in this case.
Hmm.
Oh, barony.
The idea has arisen.
It would probably be better for the Washers and everyone. Washers wouldn't be at odds with the town government.
Indeed.
Carl could just act as regent instead, and him to assist him with knowing how to rule properly.
I would believe that would be matters for them to discuss between themselves, not really for your input.
That is
Debatable.
why I left the explaining up to Victor.
Victor does have a good head on his shoulders, despite being quite the reclusive, forgive my words, loner.
It's understandable.
But
Yeah, no,
can-
I've seen those types before.
I can understand him.
I'm unsure
I say
how
a little-
he.
I see a little bit of myself in him.
I'm unsure how he might react to the dealings with the Lord of the Land.
Oh,
His father
Well-
had one way of dealing with it.
was it make
Carl's
everything fun all the time, always?
Indeed. Carl's
Ah.
mother had her own way of dealing with it.
I mean, if everything goes according to plan, all he'll have to deal with is this lady right here.
Can you guys stop breaking
Okay.
that up?
I'm not sure I entirely understand, but I am certain it makes sense in some way.
I
Yeah.
suppose that we probably shouldn't keep you waiting, especially if we want to make preparations for quote unquote funeral rites.
The public spectacle.
Indeed.
Public spectacle.
The festival, mind you. Then continuously
Indeed.
gets out of the way again.
Now, Chaya, didn't you need some help with cooking at some point?
I mean, I'm a pretty good cook, but some extra hands would be would be good.
Father Lucian.
Father, how
Well,
well are you with how good are you with a stove?
Well, I cook for the church. Other than that, just like soups. Otherwise, I go to the inn. Well, would go
You
to the
did.
inn, I suppose.
All right.
learn what happened to the innkeepers, if not you asking on that.
I'm trying to decide if I
You
want
heard
to
they
do
fled.
like big soup, a bunch of soup for everyone, or like a stew, or if I want to make like wolf meat. Hmm. How big is the biggest pot you have?
Well, this is a town festival, so maybe a bit, perhaps some more grain in their diet would be good.
I don't quite know the dimensions of my dishware or my pots. I'm sorry.
Sure, you can gesture. You have hands.
Now, my next question is: do you have any rice or grains that I can cook into the meal, or know where I can acquire some?
The Well, our main source of meat hasn't been in town, but that's not what you're asking. For grain, most of it comes from the shop in
Ow!
the western side of town.
I
But
see.
they overprice their stuff.
I see. All right. So not a lot of meat, but we'll need some grain, some type of broth or stock, and then a bunch of pans to cook it all in.
I will say I wouldn't advise a large celebration. You might attract some of the devil's minions.
Hmm. I don't think there'll be too much of a problem. He will pat the broken hilt, and then go back to trying to figure out what he can make other than a goulash.
Okay.
I'm sure, and if the man himself were to come, it wouldn't be that much a problem with how well we've taken care of things by this point. I feel like he wouldn't be as strong outside his castle than in.
I admire your confidence.
Thank you. I exude the confidence.
I'm confident about our chances as well, but
You heard a
Seen him. He
massive
doesn't have
headbang
a
against the
really-
wall at that statement.
Sir Squire grabs his arm as he flexing. He's like, I've seen him before. I don't think he has as rippling muscles as these.
you don't have muscles.
I have armor.
That is
Um,
very impressive armor, yes.
And Trias says he's confident in our chances. As you just see blood squirt from his head.
That's concerning.
That'll
Why
heal
do
up.
I deal with these idiots?
I don't know. Why do you hang out with us?
No, he's still
You-
beating his head against the wall.
He'll turn and go, why do you travel with us, Glorbin?
Because he enjoys our company, obviously.
Because I'm not suicidal.
No, okay.
See, he enjoys our company. He would kill himself if he was in our presence.
Are you in need of medical aid, red-haired one?
I should be fine. But if you could, I will take some first aid.
He's gonna try to scuttle past, Shizuka.
I just thought of a
Go.
killer continuer to that thing I just said, which is like, the land of Barovia is a very despairing place. I understand if you travel on your own, you would lose hope. Companions and compatriots are a welcome addition to your life.
He's going to use, Cure Wounds on you. Not spiritual weapon, where are you? Actually, no, Lesser Restoration, not Cure Wounds. Oh wait, no,
Buddy
no,
cop
Cure
weapon?
Wounds, never mind.
Buddy cop weapon?
Lesser Restoration.
I'd say lesser restoration would be effects.
You're right. Forgot about that.
Just-
Suddenly, he's a normal human. He cannot project swords anymore. Ah, shit.
Cap.
Oh,
Bop.
you were no more human.
It's something.
Oh, was he using a
Alright.
spell?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Reacts, is that a threat?
You suddenly see a sheath pop out of Shia's stomach magically.
Yeah,
Oh.
man.
Okay, how do I get that back in?
Don't worry, I'll take it just in case. You don't want to lose it.
A little bit of this radiant healing energy moves from his hand into you, and you feel a little better.
All right.
Art is Shia.
It could have been better, but he rolled a 2 on the dice, and you only healed 5.
That's fine.
How much wounds does Shia have at the moment?
16.
16.
Squire just like, don't worry, Shia, I've got this. Moves past everyone.
Hey.
Don't worry, I know, Father, that you are a simple man that hasn't gone adventuring a lot in the lands of Barovia. I'll take care of it. Cure light wounds, 2nd level.
Well, you were certainly nicer than the last paladin that I encountered.
Thank you.
And you are a lot nicer than the last priest I met.
Actually, said it
And that is not a hard bar to hurdle. He was not a very nice man.
I don't think it has a. That's fine. I'll just do this.
Cure
Well,
light
I'm
Wait.
effectively a paladin,
is-
so.
It doesn't have the option to allow you to do it for more than 1 level. So
Oh
I'll just
yeah,
roll
that's
D8
not a, yeah.
and
Good enough.
So 9.
It's
Yeah,
not
solid.
good, but it's better.
Could have been better.
Mm.
Could have been better. But yeah.
Oh, you shot.
Much better, thank you.
Welcome. Pats him on the back.
Imagine Sir Knight Squire more like flicks him and he heals.
Flicks him. I've channeled the Sir Nice Squire punch in a single finger. The pure energy rating off of it has cured your conditions.
Amazing. All right.
This is just Sir Knight Squire now. It will never be anything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shia will go back to trying to take a short rest,
Okay.
waiting for people to be done talking.
Bang.
Very-
Bang.
So you guys
bang.
are just going to wait for them to be done entirely, then?
Yep.
Okay.
Do we have anything else we need to do? I mean, you guys went and already talked to the tailor and all that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
think we're
just
just
need
waiting.
to procure foodstuffs.
Very well.
man.
In that case,
Oh, but in about 7 or 8 minutes, I start beating my head against the wall. But besides that, yeah, nothing.
take 1 bludgeoning.
Ooh,
Oh,
he's
For
been
every-
I
struck.
was like, I was wondering, I thought I was gonna do something else entirely there. Cool.
Roll
Yeah.
concussion.
You did it long enough to warrant 1.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna make me roll a d4.
Now roll a d20.
Okay.
Roll concussion.
And
Roll
a
a-
Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Jokes. But he does it and has advantage on it.
Oh, because of the buff in question from Strahd crosses.
He used inspiration.
Yes. He has advantage on saving throws. Anyway,
Against poison.
it's supposed to be
Yeah.
just poison. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over. I'll just you should be able to
There we go. That works.
probably enable that.
Gonna switch over to John.
Yeah. So John, before I do any description, how long would you say you would be scouting this place out?
Until the others show up.
The other shot.
That's gonna happen.
Okay, it's been, what has it been, like almost 3 days?
Yeah.
So,
Well, actually, no. We've been here for about 2, and it took us like what, a day and a half travel. Is that correct?
no.
I think we've only been in town for a day, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah.
have. And then I think
And,
we stayed like one night with Vistani, so that'd be like 2 days.
So 2 days? Gotcha.
Unless travel time was included there or something, but
And
So-
this is the second day, I believe. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
John did leave before we went to the Vistani, didn't
Yep.
he?
As you split off from the party, heading northeast, towards where you know this werewolf den is, flying over the tree line, you eventually see this what's carved into a Rocky Mountain spur is this wide torchlit cave. It looks like a gaping maw of a great wolf. Would you like to say, if you stay out of general sight of it, I assume?
I'm flying around above it.
Flying around above it? Okay.
Yeah. Roll some perception to see if I see anything going on nearby.
Go ahead, yep.
Dade, would you say I have
Oof.
time to go get food?
Yeah, go ahead. Alright. I'm gonna have you rely on your passive perception. Which also is
9.
9.
explain further.
Explain further. It's even funnier. It's even funnier when Shia will say it.
So because these things aren't stealthing, you see over the course of the 2 days, there's a bunch of giant wolves coming in and out of the cave almost on a schedule.
Wolves are werewolves. Because wolves don't exist in Barovia.
It's zombies' turn to speak. Ba, ba, ba.
I'm just saying because as soon as I went to go look at my actions tab, Fantasy Grounds decided to just die a little inside.
Cheese for everyone.
I don't like cheese.
You'll note that during around the midday is when the majority of the pack leaves the cave and leaves 2 guards at the maw of the cave. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be much other varieties in movement.
Hmm.
Would you like to wait out the first day then?
Do either of them ever go to the bathroom?
Occasionally, they go on shifts. It doesn't ever seem to be the same 2 werewolves over the course. Every time the pack returns, they seem to switch out.
Well, I know, but is there a point where a guard leaves by themselves to go take a leak?
Yes.
So there's only one guard, is what he's asking.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
Guys, coming up.
Are you approaching then?
I don't like this.
Oh,
I'm checking the range on my spells.
oh, you're approaching me.
So first things first, I will hex
Oh,
Here,
I will
one
hex
second.
the one that's on guard duty.
I do have a map for you.
I'm going to give it disadvantage on dexterity ability checks.
Fireball.
It's not saves, it's ability checks.
Oh,
and did you know
The
all
map is loading.
werewolves?
Yep.
All werewolves have improved evasion, so
Yeah, so the first two, where are you? I have a lot of things on the combat tracker currently. Not you. Got you.
I'm glad that we can see C on the map to Barovian Child 3.
Child? Where?
It's near the center. It's... I can't
You're
tell
not supposed to be revealed. Fuck out of
So
here.
what about Barovian Child 2 now, Shade?
More importantly, we could actually move that ourselves. We had
It was
ownership over
it was
so-
friendly. It's why. Yeah.
Okay.
So Oh, they were on the wrong map layer. That's why. Thank you, thing. That is a jerk.
Hey,
Hold on.
hey, what did I do wrong?
Nah, it's just an incompatibility with the module and the combat extension I'm using.
Sorry, I thought you were... I was making it... Okay.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There we are. Alright, yeah. So eventually, this one goes off, does its thing. You can position yourself however you want on the map.
Where am I?
Bottom left corner. Right corner, rather.
The dice tower is in the way of picking myself up. Damn you, dice tower. There we go.
You'll note
Now
that
I'm
the,
moving and cannot grab myself. There we go.
you'll
So I
note
hex
the-
that one.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah.
And I'm going to... You were doing dialogue. Go
Yeah,
ahead
sorry.
and narrate for me.
You'll note that the that this open jaw of the of this wolf head cave forms a 15-foot high canopy of rock over the cave mouth. And it looks like it's held up naturally by pillars of rocks. The ceiling rises to a height of 20 feet inside the cave, and you can see inside torches in iron brackets line the walls.
So I'm going to hex that guy
Okay.
and swoop down and try to stab him.
Okay, go ahead. That is a definite hit. Okay. So, yeah, you suddenly swoop down as this werewolf suddenly gets an odd feeling. You stab into it as it doesn't have time to react. That would basically be a surprise round for it. So, roll initiative.
Okay. Reminder that it has disadvantage on dexterity ability checks, which is what initiative is.
Indeed.
Not that it matters very much.
I don't know if I can beat that.
Which one are you? Yeah, no. And I'll have you also roll. Okay. John again.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Alright.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try to stab him again.
Do it again.
I'll do it again. Don't know if that one hits or not.
That was a hit.
Oh, nice.
Just clearing out initiatives. Yep.
He
You
is still up.
pull the knife out and stab again.
Shit.
Is not happy.
All right. Then I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
And my mace
It's a
misses.
solid miss. Let me get the mace token.
What is the new Glorbin PNG, and why does it exist? I don't like it.
What do you mean this?
What?
Yes.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Good. I forgot I made it a player thing so you guys could choose it. All right. So, despite having disadvantage, it still got a better roll than its friend. So yeah, immediately reacting to you, it is immediately going to bite into you. And it hits.
Understandable.
All right. That is Kebab. Some damage. It bites into you. Roll a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Nothing happens. And it is going to slash at you. Kebab. And miss you. Right after getting bitten, you dodge out of the way of its clawed paw. This one. Let's see, what is your move speed?
Is he still having to shake it?
It's on its way back. It just doesn't know what's happening.
I mean, I was trying to go for like he has just recently left. I want to give myself as much time as possible. But then yeah, I don't know how fast dogs pee. In all honesty, when they're half man, half dog.
Hard to know.
Like humans pee for an average of 2 minutes, which I find a very odd statistic because I don't find that to be true.
I'm only gonna
But I
make
guess
him.
it is an average.
I'm only gonna make a move there.
But I've seen my dog pee, and my dog's a little bit faster than people.
Just gonna make a move there. He's
Hey,
not moving quickly, so.
you can pee and move.
And looking at his.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. John.
Okay. Gonna start with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
probably something I should drag onto my quick bar.
That's a miss. You're doing great
Jesus.
with it. This angry man morphs into a mace and tries to deck the werewolf in the back of the head, but the werewolf dodges it out of the way just in time.
Get advantage as I try to stab at myself.
Okay. Yep.
All right, I'm
You
back.
know-
What did I miss?
I thought I saw
Jonathan-
220s there, not just one. Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry, Trevor.
Yeah, he got screwed over.
Yep. Okay. So
Can I use my movement to drag him around the corner?
sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Really good usage of that advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't actually
Logically,
move
to
it.
have to say, I
gonna
think
Put into that.
the blood splatter would be the notation as well as probably the loud screaming.
You assume it
Unless
had
you
time to
killed
scream.
him. It had 6 seconds.
Yeah, but it spent those 6 seconds with its mouth occupied.
No. You can't yell
Anyway.
out something before you do something. Okay, whatever.
So,
I mean, you can if you think
No,
to
no,
do that.
yeah,
but he
I
clearly
don't
went
need
for
to
a
cause
bite
an
right
argument.
don't argue about this. You're clearly
Yeah, that's
dead.
why I stopped.
This thing 20, still has another round. Movement.
I like how Mace is still standing there.
Mace is just still there.
Mace is staring at him.
All right, on my turn, for my bonus action, I'm going to be moving Mace over here.
Okay.
I will, as my action, cast Disguise Self
Oh my god.
to look like this guy, and move back over here.
I can't wait for you to stab the other guy in the back.
All right.
Crap! I just realized that I really don't. I don't. This plan didn't work out quite as well as I was hoping. Somehow I have to get. I have to get him further away. Actually, yeah, this will work. I'll just have I'll have Mace start being on the body until it's unrecognizable in the next couple of rounds.
All right.
But wolves have a sense of smell that's pretty good, so why would it matter?
Well, you see, if I overwhelm the scent of like his normal smell and his like sweat, and the smell of his endocrine glands with this overwhelming stench of blood, then they might not figure out that it's him.
You don't smell like him.
While this is true, I was just close to him, and hopefully can maybe pass off as just getting into a fight with an unknown assailant. So I smell like the unknown assailant a little bit.
Indeed. Gonna looks over at you, sniffs, takes a bit of a sniff. Kind of has this curious look, as hard as it is to tell on a werewolf.
By the way, looking into this, how tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling is 15 foot, 15 feet. The actual curves of the mouth would go down about 5 feet, so you'd be in a 10-foot.
But like the actual cave is like 15 foot high.
Yes.
Okay. Works for me. I'll fly by the ceiling if I have to make a quick exit. They'll have to jump to get at me.
I mean, werewolves get pretty tall.
Yeah, but disguise self lets you go up to a foot taller, and I'm already 6'2".
I often forget that.
I thought you were like 5'8".
No. John's a
Okay.
tall, thin boy. He's a scarecrow man. Literally is
Oh.
wearing his normal outfit is clothing taken off of a scarecrow. It's the clothes he's wearing, literally. On my sheet, they're written "clothes stolen from a scarecrow."
You don't hear some... not here. You don't smell something, do you?
There was some sort of person perched on top of the overhang. I took care of them. They're lying over there. Whack, whack, whack. Don't worry, it's all taken care of.
I'd like you to roll a d20. Just a straight d20.
I don't get deception.
Roll deception too, but just roll a straight d20.
Okay, I'm gonna use inspiration on the straight d20.
Alright.
I was waiting for you to give him disadvantage.
Oh, I didn't actually roll the I didn't actually roll the advantage. All right, so I'll just roll that twice. All right, I mean, the first one was what I'm going with anyway. So all right, and deception.
That 4 probably made the deception roll better, and yeah, it did.
So 12 for the straight d20 and 27 for the deception.
I'm not even gonna roll the insight on that. They've got a solid... they got a solid +0 on wisdom. Just sort of looks forward again, watching out. You hear that sound?
I kind of cocked my head to the side.
You do hear the sounds
No.
of Mace being on the corpse.
What does it sound like?
Like a squishing sound
Huh.
coming from beside you.
It's kind of weird. Let's see. There's no tangible like me having to recast, right? If I move my hex to someone else, if the target
it's just
drops
your
to
bonus
0,
action.
you can use a bonus action. Yeah. I do have to choose the ability when I cast the spell, so I can't switch it to wisdom right now. But I'll go ahead and move the hex over to him just in case.
He goes to try to move towards you. I want to check it out.
How long has it been? Like how many rounds there?
This would be a solid like almost 10 rounds probably.
Okay. As he gets over there, after 1 minute has passed, Mace is gone. So he gets to like right there, and then as he turns the corner, it's just the corpse.
He would get to probably about there, moving past you, not really making note of you. And then just sees the body there.
All right.
The werewolf body there.
Is it identifiable as a werewolf body?
It is much bigger than a human.
It also has fur.
Sure. Hold on a second. Gonna look at you. Going to examine you.
I stab him.
Okay.
Like I said, perfect condition.
Well, at least he was in the backstab.
Roll the attack.
All right.
You didn't have time to cast your other spells. Oh, I thought you had to. Okay. Guess not.
That's a hit. You'd expect werewolves to have a higher AC.
Oh, what is that necrotic damage from?
Hex.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, that is from Hexen.
Like I guess the natural.
I love
armor-
that on the turn order, the other one is listed as dying and not dead.
I mean, yeah. I'm just considering 0 dead in this case. Yep.
I'm really pulling for you, Asiana.
You suddenly, the dagger doesn't appear in your hand, over your illusion, so you just sort of thrust your hand, your werewolf-looking hand forward, and something stabs into the werewolf, catching them off guard. In which case, they're going to immediately claw at you and get a nat 1. Yeah, so as it tries to reactionary claw at you, you manage to move out of the way with ease, as it didn't even seem to be nearing hitting you.
Rerolling the initiative.
Now we're using the same initiative.
Okay. I say that even though actually probably though it would be a bad idea to reroll initiative because I
Probably.
could roll badly.
And
Yeah,
then
hopefully.
it's going to try to bite you where it nat 20s.
Good.
It's fine. It's only 1d8 plus 2. Which you partially absorb. Roll a con save. You're good.
Damn it.
Your actual roll would have been enough. You didn't need
Nice.
that. You didn't need that bonus. Yep. And that is all Asiana is doing.
All right. I think I'm gonna, for now, see what happens if I just attack him with it, as opposed to doing anything else with it for now. So I will not cast a spell as my bonus action before I attack. So I'll just attack first. Shazam!
Roll your damage. Yep. All right. Yeah. You then swing your rapier. That's the bitch. As it takes full damage because silvered.
Yeah, as I decide whether or not to what to do with my bonus action here, I think I will go ahead and use up 2 dice of healing light on myself.
Okay. You only needed the 1.
No, it's already factored in.
Oh, okay.
I rolled it onto myself.
Ah, I see. All
That
right.
hit me for 16.
Yeah.
But it was a crit.
It was a
so-
crit. They don't really hit for much.
I'd
don't have
imagine
much
it'd be
HP.
kind of tough to take down if it weren't for the fact that I have a silvered weapon.
Yeah. Asiana is
Come on. I can
1
do this.
second.
I'm really not happy with the behavior of my fellow player in this situation. I'd like if he would go screw himself.
All right, yeah. Just gonna rinse and repeat. Try to claw at you again. Misses the claw. Not with the nat 1 this time though. And misses with the bite. But shit.
Stab.
Stabbed.
Whoop. I picked up the die, but I did not pick up the bonus effect. There we go.
I can legit say that with how you're rolling right now, it doesn't bode well for the rest of the session.
Definitely not.
Yeah, yesterday was kind of an example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You stab into it again. It's looking really rough as it's bleeding everywhere. That you've heard it. Anything you want to do with the bonus action?
Thinking. No.
Asiana is going to... Just going to put you on a proper space there. Is going to move past you and howl into the cave, going out of your combat range. Go ahead and roll a opportunity.
Okay.
Let's hope for another 20.
Here's hoping. That's a hit. All right. How do you want to do this?
It opens its mouth as it passes by, only for a blade to enter just below its upper teeth, like its upper jaw, like just entering through the cheek, and it collapses to the ground.
All right. Solid. Yep. Both werewolves are
Adventures are
down.
fun. All right. This time. So this map is kind of rocky and barren looking. Is
Yep.
there or actually no. Derpader, I will pick up one of them in each hand and fly up onto the top of the cave and deposit them on the top of the cave with my
They probably
25
still
strength and
know there's an enemy nearby.
quite heavy and quite fast flight speed. I will lift up 2 werewolves with my one in each arm and just toss them on the roof.
Roll me athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Acrobatics?
Whichever's higher.
Assuming for like grappling or something.
Okay.
There's that 20.
Like a small Asian man flinging bags of trash from his convenience store up on the roof of his neighbor's shop. I tossed the 2 parcels onto the cave roof.
They're not parcels, they're things that were living.
Yeah, so you plop these you grab both of these with one in each arm and you just rise up. Like the godlike entity you seem like. plopping them onto the top of the wolf's mouth. All right, I'm just gonna get rid of those. What are you doing?
I'm going to take the more recent kill and I will take my knife and skin the wolf.
You're gonna skin the wolf. All right.
And I will wear the fur as a cloak.
So that'll take quite a bit more preparation.
Hey, covering
that's
a
like a
scent now.
10,
By
15,
wearing
20
the
minute
body of the
process.
big guy.
I have a thing for this. Oh dear.
As an aside, did he actually get the howl out or any portion of it?
He did not.
Did he even scream out in pain as he died?
Didn't get the chance.
Oh, he was stabbed through the mouth, wasn't he? So that's plenty of time.
If it makes you feel better, Reaper, I got him through the tongue too.
Perfect.
Jesus. For that, I'd like you to roll me. 1 second.
Zombie just accidentally solos the entire werewolf camp as they keep arriving back at base and getting
Maybe-
taken out in pairs of 2.
You were lucky to be able to take them on one-on-one.
I'll
Me, I'm just
do my false life.
You are.
These werewolves aren't trained very well.
Roll me a nature check. Let's see.
I'm going for perfection here.
Yeah. You do manage to get through it. The hide wouldn't be usable as anything other than what it is currently, in the state that you get it.
That's fine.
But
I
it is
will.
like a
I will
bloody
also
mess.
switch disguise to the one that I just most recently killed.
All right.
I'm not dumb. If I'm gonna smell like that one, I'm gonna look like that one too.
Okay.
John may be dumb, but John's not dumb.
You're super dumb.
Oh, this is a terrible plan. I'm well aware.
If any of these gosh darn werewolves have above a 6 intelligence, they should have known that you weren't you.
All right. I will be right back, and then we're gonna switch over to the other side for a bit.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You know, my first thought was, well, the moment you get stabbed, you probably scream out in pain. Because that would be natural.
Be a very natural move.
And seeing as these things clearly don't feel pain or know how to speak.
Folk, remember?
In any like coherent or intelligent way.
Send him a question.
So where'd that blood trail come from? Oh, I don't know. I assume there's a blood trail at the very least.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make the argument that my partner ran off chasing after something that attacked us. I didn't
Which
get
is
a good look
why
at
the
it.
blood trails were next to you as well as dripping up the
Yeah,
mountain.
yeah, I got attacked.
And you flew up there?
My partner went after it.
All right. Cutting
So the
to
partner
the
climbed up.
It even makes sense because I have some of its blood on me, and there's some of its blood everywhere, and by it I
Hmm.
mean myself.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna keep complaining here.
I look identical to them, smell
I said
reasonably
I'm
like
not
them,
going to. Time
and there's
for
blood
the
everywhere from
other side of
everybody.
things.
all right. Yeah. So
Just you don't understand how subterfuge works, and how you can confuse people by just giving them too much data to work with.
And zombie, don't forget you have a belt, so you feel like them too.
Yeah, nice and warm.
all right. And dripping.
And dripping.
Fine.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah. So switching back to the other group. It's been another 10-ish minutes. After which, eventually not Donovich, sorry, that's the other one. That's the other priest. Father Lucian, goes back into the room, and the door
Quickly
opens.
follows up
Hmm?
with a knife in its chest.
Of course. No, the door opens again, revealing Carl, looking a lot more calm. Apparently, Shizuka being the only one that's actually standing and watching, other than Greg.
Apparently, I am.
I actually am not on the sheet. I was looking for the damn map. I
I'm
moved out of
watching
the way
Pat
for the.
get out of
I moved out of the way the father, so I could do that. I was gonna move back, but Shizuka's
Shia
now
would
in the
be
position I was sitting in.
peeking down, like putting his head around the corner as the door opens.
Well, I was
Yeah.
trying to be exactly where Shizuka is, but
I mean, no, you can go ahead of me. I'm not the welcome party.
well, my back was gonna be to him anyways.
Yeah, Carl steps out, and he just looks at all of you, looks back into the room, looks at you again, steps forward. All right, we've worked things out, at least for further discussion, anyway.
Sounds good.
Victor is a good person. I'll say that. Quite simply, what's going to happen immediately is that we're going to have this feast, or burial, burning thing.
All right.
Yes.
That is the plan.
And, well, I imagine you all have something to do
Uh,
It
werewolf
was my
hunting.
idea.
after the feast.
After the feast, it's werewolf hunting, isn't it?
Quite.
I believe so.
Yeah.
If they aren't all-
Or potentially not.
What
Well,
did Carl say before potentially not?
um... Well... After everything, Victor has elected to stand up as the burgomaster of the town. I will be assisting him in whatever matters, and... well... the practitioner of my mother's group, has yet to have a decision of the matter given to it.
Sounds like a new generation has stepped up from the unfortunate demise of the last.
If that's what you want to say, sure.
Well, I wish you both luck on your endeavors in leading the town.
I hope you guys don't get assassinated. Not the last ones.
Was unfortunate.
Aye.
Indeed. He's just staring at the
silence.
group. Isn't really sure what to say, but doesn't want to show it.
Well, let us get to work on the food then.
Yeah. You'll need to go talk to Father Lucian about that and see if you can use the church's kitchen.
All right.
And I'm gonna be procuring food stores from that shop that he told us about in the west part of town.
I take it we should probably keep it among the members, us, yourselves, and Victor. The
Yeah.
father said it would probably be a bad idea to cook for the whole town.
Why would I
would-
care about that?
He would be right about that. I don't know what the devil is on about. Frankly, I could give less of a damn about that vampire. But yes, you are certainly right.
Well, the whole reason for this was to increase the morale of the citizenry while also equating that there's a new power in town. So are you basically saying that the whole point of my scheme was for nothing?
I'm not saying that. I'm
You just
saying
did.
that it would be a
Bad idea.
better plan to let the town know about the happenings in a more gradual. I'm not trying to overwhelm them, is what I'm trying to say.
You don't want to put them into a state of shock.
And I don't want to draw attention to the town more than needed.
I see. Shire will start making his way towards the church.
Okay.
Damn cowards.
I'll go ahead and follow Glorbin.
All right. So we can just sort of summarize events unless you really want to go in detail.
I just want to make a cooking check, and that's it.
I mean, I'm fine with summarizing, honestly. If we're getting
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
I'm
Make your-
fine with summarizing. I just want to make what would I do for cooking? Do I do my fake skill?
It would usually be survival.
I really want to see. Just,
What should I?
Just
A survival? I'll do one of
Make
each.
an intelligence-based survival check.
Hmm.
Is survival
Oh, I
check
wanna
both
see
survival intelligence?
the-
It's already
Survival
intelligence.
wisdom.
wisdom, yeah.
Is that with wisdom or with
Hmm.
intelligence?
That was with wisdom. Or that was intelligence.
Indeed. I'm gonna let you roll with advantage because Lucian's gonna help you.
Okay.
Would that 15 be?
I'll be at least just trying to
That's better.
assist with
Okay.
chopping up vegetables and whatnot.
Shy with the limited supplies that you can scrounge up. Father Lucian offers to pay for the food, and gathers together what he can spare around the church, which is a bit of grain, a bit of extra bread.
Does he
How
have
old-
any? Does he have any stock? Soup stock?
No.
No. Okay.
But you generally find water. It's not the greatest soup that you've ever made, but it's also due to a lack of ingredients.
Right. So you know how to make a goulash, right? You take some soup, you take some meat, you take some grain, you mix it all together and add some spices to it. That's basically what he's trying to make, because it's quick and easy with what he
Okay.
has.
Wonderful.
Wolf meat goulash.
Wolf meat goulash. Great. So, I'll consider you guys fed for the day. And you would have completed your short rest pretty well. So if you want to regain any of your 9 wounds, you can
I
go
did say
ahead
that.
if you want.
Yeah, you did.
He did it, and he's good.
I rolled higher than both of them combined.
No? But
No?
that was roughly the same as
Anybody else that wants
That's still similar.
to do it?
I thought they both
can.
rolled 4s.
AKA, if
Greg.
if Greg wants to use any HD, then he can.
damn, I'm down 1 HP. I don't know, man. So Globin is gonna come back with effectively amount of ingredients. He doesn't really know what he was looking for, but he has like a sack of flour, some grain.
Yeah, I would assume that would be included in all the with what Father Lucian paid for, unless you decide to pay
Like
for
he
it
went to
instead.
the
He would have
went to the
gone with
actual
you.
store to grab it. Oh, okay. He didn't say anything about it. That's what I spoke of.
Hmm.
He just walked there without saying anything.
Because of Glorbin's help, I was able to do the add spices that I probably wouldn't have with just the father's help.
Indeed.
Do the salt bay thing to finish it off.
Been about
Spray salt.
What?
about
Did the wind get
50
saltier? Garbo gets that reference.
All right. So yeah, you prepare the food. Were you planning on setting up like a table at the in town square where the
stand?
at the execution stand, or were you planning on doing it somewhere else? Because they have
Wherever Isaac and Carl, Victor and Carl wanted to do it.
My plan was to be in the town square, but
Carl would be fine with the town square. Though Victor would believe that if they're burning a body, then the ashes might get in the food.
Oh, I was gonna burn it after dinner. I thought we were burning it after dinner, but that makes sense.
After we can have the food covered, you know.
Yeah.
If you want to try to do that, then you can.
All right.
well, at least my idea was it's the send off for the feast, but
Zombie taking a shower, goddammit. it.
I mean, how much time will pass? Will we show up right as he murders that last?
I assume that this is like 2 days before is when he started all this.
Say we get to about 4 p.m. by the time you guys are ready for food.
Okay.
So you guys are heading to the we can just go ahead and close the Burgomaster's Mansion map.
Can you
Alright.
reopen the other map? I accidentally closed it.
Likewise.
Krezk one?
No,
Well,
Okay.
the
The
cave.
one that zombie was at.
We can't do anything about that right now, so
I mean, that's where we're going next.
not really because
We're going
No.
to the town square.
Open up Valaki
yeah.
instead of having the other map open. Hello, I honestly keep forgetting about you, and we were just talking about that token before.
Fucky cheese. Fucky cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese
Um,
was
No.
No,
No,
it's
no,
Globe
that's-
and the Witcher.
But it also known as fucky cheese. Because isn't that him going?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah, as I thought.
So
Also, the map is called Werewolf Den.
Okay.
Take this, Valaki. Whoa, look at that Valaki. That swanky-ass Valaki. Yeah, so, you see the state that you, left it before. The guards are still there. They would have started helping you with, You guys don't have a table?
Can I project
We have the
the sword
execution
table?
stand.
You
No.
project the table.
We have the execution stand to put all the food on, and then we can get tables from the local church or some other burnt houses.
I will take a couple. I will take the biggest plank out of the execution stand I can find, project 4 swords, and then shove them through the plank to make a table.
Okay, meanwhile, Globin's just gonna go to some of the houses nearby, and if there's any, like, not ramshackle, destroyed chairs and tables, he's gonna grab those.
I want you to roll something for me.
Glorbin or me?
You.
Shia. Okay.
Why? Because of my plan to shove swords through the biggest plank of what I can find?
Here's what I'll do. Roll me a straight dexterity check.
Oh, he's about to get shot. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh
So
boy.
What happened?
you indeed take the plank off. You start projecting the swords. As soon as you try putting the first sword on there, you manage to slam the the wood down with your hand in between the plank and the sword.
Did I cut off my hand?
No, you stabbed your hand.
Okay.
Now, how much damage do you do to yourself? Is the
What is this?
1d8.
What is the standard sword? 1d6.
But
I'd
he
be
also
doing,
has to
I'd
add
be
a
doing
strength
great
modifier.
swords, though. 'cause
You're
I
doing
want this
great
to be solid.
swords. Oh, you're
Yeah.
doing great
Trying to cause
swords.
more self-harm to him. His hand is just gone by this point. There's no question about that.
Okay,
He stabbed the
2d6.
great sword through it.
All right, so
2d6 plus his dex
take 6
modifier.
slashing
No, actually-
damage.
Beautiful.
Oh, don't forget to add his strength modifier if he has one.
I mean, if he got stabbed, it sounds like piercing to me.
Piercing, whatever. It's damage. He doesn't have any resistances to it.
Wait, what do you
Yeah.
have strength? Yeah, he probably would have to strength for that. That was a very
just
low
just
roll.
the straight 2. Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 5.
Well, you need great weapon proficiency, not proficiency, mastery, just in case this happens again.
So bravo, you managed to stab yourself.
Shia, what did you do? There was a great sword in your hand. How is that even still there?
I'm gonna dispel the sword, and then
Glorbin,
goes-
you come back dragging along a table, a pretty sizable table. And then
Shia
you see
will
just
then-
yeah.
Shia sulking next to the execution stand,
He's partially bleeding from his hand.
staring
Stops
up,
himself from giggling.
looks up at what's left of the gallows. And it's like, I wonder if he ever did this.
Oof.
And then he'll look back, and then he'll look back at his hand.
So Globin, with like a sarcastic smile on his face, is walking forward with table in hand, puts it in a relatively like central location, and then goes back for chairs.
See, I could heal him, but that seemed like a weak person thing, so I'm not going to.
Do you
I don't want to heal myself. This is a reminder not to get too sword happy.
do you want to yeah, now you have a scar in your hand when you heal up. Do you want to try to project a sword chair? You want
No.
you want to
No.
try that, huh?
No, he's learned his lesson.
Is this Shade's lesson to every time Shia tries to project a sword something that isn't a sword?
Oh, you know it is.
I'd like to project a sword,
Oh, a
sword.
medical sword kit.
Yeah,
He's
medical
making a
sword.
sticky sword for a band-aid.
No. He's making a top made of swords to wrap his hand in.
Actually, more importantly, you need tiny swords to put like little divots of like a dumpling on.
You mean daggers?
No, tiny, extremely tiny swords.
Okay.
Skewers.
Skewers.
Uh,
Metal skewers.
like, yeah.
So will Shy until the long rest happens? Will he like not be able to use his offhand?
You weren't using your main hand for this?
He would have been using the main hand to shove the would have been on the sword hilt, as he tried to shove it through the plank.
Fair enough.
So
though you're ambidextrous, so it's not like it really matters.
fair enough.
Aw. I mean, oh yay.
You probably do
So-
have a dominant hand. Not very
Don't worry,
many
the
people are
Catholic Church-
ambidextrous, naturally.
The Catholic Church beat out the use of his left hand, so now he's
Okay.
mainly right-handed.
All right,
Uh,
that's fine. Sure.
that was a
there's-
joke.
Sure.
So there's this long white scar on his hand.
Just get wrecked. That's all I gotta say.
Get wrecked.
You got what you fucking deserved.
Suddenly, you hear a whistling sound as a spiral sword zooms through the air. Ah, fuck, not this again.
And Dexton straight in the fucking head. He's dead. Look at that. Shy's dead.
Oh no. No,
Oh, thank God.
there's a sonic boom as a spiral sword lands on the execution stand and then explodes.
And
Actually,
suddenly,
like, oh, thank God. Now I get to take damage, says Globin.
all right. Yeah. So
I was
after
gonna find a good amount of chairs and a good amount of tables for this individual thing.
And that, good friends, is how Valaki became known as
The ghost
creator
sword
of-
capital of the
Yeah.
world.
the Valachian crater. All right. So as Glorben comes back, he goes several trips for a couple more tables and chairs. Some of them breaking into empty homes. Sometimes finding rats that just sort of cower in his presence.
Good. He's asserting his dominance over them.
our
man,
I
just
am
to
the alpha
find-
rat.
Manages
fearless leader.
manages to find chairs and such, bringing it to the town square.
Is he carrying the body this entire time?
Yes.
Would it not be better to lay it on the
Yes.
the execution?
I
ground?
agree with that statement.
You're not
It
gonna
is
do that
better-
though, are you?
No, he's gonna be carrying it the whole time. Doesn't
Okay.
want to lose it. It's
Of
useful.
course.
It
Very
has
well.
places to go.
Very well. So I guess we're going with you guys until Zombie gets back, huh? All right.
Yep.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I guess so.
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of saying that'll be an hour before I got talked over. Yeah, that'll be an hour before he comes back.
So, the others arrive. Father Lucian, Victor, the mother, the other guy, everyone else, everyone in the town just shows up now.
That was the plan, bastards. Cowards.
Look, we couldn't use a murder to go ahead and send out. Or no, it's bats. We couldn't use. I actually don't know what the term for a colony of
Swarm.
bats is. A swarm.
Swarm.
All right. A swarm of bats to send out flyers. So yeah.
Well, my idea last session was to use the guards as effective town criers to tell them what's going to be going on at insert time here.
The guards don't sit down. Victor and Carl both sit out opposite ends of the table. Carl constantly glances to the dead body of Isaac, expecting it to rise up again, despite its not having a head.
Despite its head being removed.
Yeah, which is a solid way to make sure a vampire stays dead.
Stabbing them through a heart with a stake and putting garlic in their mouth is 2 more steps if you want.
Yeah.
Hey, if it wakes up, I can just bash it against the ground. So what's the problem?
Hey, I can still pick up the head and beat it.
Shia eventually serves food with the help of Father Lucian and a guard as well, just to get around the table. You guys feast as Isaac's rotting corpse just sits there.
Sits. No,
Or lies
the
there.
head is currently on the ground, facing towards the table, and the body is still on Globin as he eats.
Father Lucian is very uncomfortable looking at this.
I imagine he would have been sitting with the head behind him.
Did you say the head's on the table?
No, it's on the ground.
Okay, because I was thinking, did you put it on the head on the table and shove a piece of garlic in it? Its mouth like a pig.
He should have.
Oink oink.
My God.
But no. I just made sure to bring that up because I guess he's using him for weight training now.
I'm guessing there's no.
It's not very heavy.
Oh, good night. Oh,
It does
sorry,
work
gone.
out. Good night.
Yeah. So, unless you guys want to have any conversation, the dinner goes by pretty quietly. Victor and Carl are specifically not talking.
So we need to decide who is going to give this speech. Is it going to be Lucian, or is it going to be Shizuka? Is it going to be?
I could do it, but I doubt
I don't
that
think that's a good idea.
I'm gonna be allowed to. I did have an idea, but since we don't have everyone in the town here, well, I can't do it now.
Did I ruin your plans?
Yes! Yes, you did!
You,
Ain't that a
What?
shame?
you mother father.
I made sure not to tell anyone about my plans.
But of course, the only one who kind of got what you were going for is the only one that could ruin it.
The DM.
All right, yeah. So, you guys all
I hate
finish
you
up your
so
food.
much.
Sir Knight probably just sort of sticking it in his helmet.
I can choose to eat stuff. It says so on my sheet. I don't know how I process it, but I can choose to eat it.
How
It
do you
is a
eat with
racial
that helmet?
ability.
How do you eat with that helmet in the first place?
Put it in the helmet. Haven't you seen the icon? Look at the token. I can lift it.
Yeah, I'm not
Just ever so
entirely.
slightly.
I've never been concerned about the fact that you can consume food, which I interpret it more as you sort of absorb it into your bones.
I plaster it onto my
Question
bones,
mark?
and my bones passively absorb it over time.
Exactly. That
It's
provides
like
enough
pouring
nourishment.
milk
Also,
over a
you eat.
skeleton.
You absorb other bones onto yourself because the necessity to eat bone dust.
Hey, man. I think I go ahead and do that to make myself stronger.
I mean, to be fair, we probably used some type of bone broth, so
That is not how the text says it, but okay.
Nope.
there are microscopic amounts of bone.
Shut
Indeed.
up, Snack.
Not nearly enough, though.
Hell,
He's
Season it with
cooking
additional bone.
It needs to be a
Indeed.
pound of bone dust.
fair enough.
So,
Save the bone for later.
That seems hilarious.
if we're talking about putting on pounds, I think this is taking it a little too literally in the case of Sir Knight.
Joking. I can do myself. With the bone and the meat on the bone.
I see.
Is the cat out of the bag that he's a skeleton, or do people
No,
still
Shia does
really
not know this at all.
Globin
right.
does, but at least Globin circumstantially saw nothing but bone when he opened up his carapace.
Fair enough. Yeah. So supper goes by. Everyone seems to be getting ready for the Jedi style burning.
Oh, now that's entirely on Globin in this case. So with the stake that the god created, gonna be stabbing him effectively through the
Through the
crotch
butt.
area, up towards where the head would be, and placing the head on top.
Oh, goody.
Decorating with flammable leaves. He
Never
likes-
mind. Not Jedi style, Dracula style.
Dracula.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a vampire.
Why would we not throw him on a stake before
Are you
burning
gonna
him?
go ahead and let Lucian say some last rites and then other stuff before doing that?
Well, yeah, I'm saying that's the plan for the burning, but Globin's gonna do that personally.
Okay. Very disgusted by the sight of what he's having to bless, so that it at least potentially doesn't somehow manage to rise again from its ashes, I guess, like a phoenix. He does his rites, which I am not qualified to try to roleplay.
Bet.
I'm not a parish
You're not
priest.
legally qualified or a priest to do that.
I don't know what to say, my dude.
Just take a. Just
In the
take
name
course
of the
mine.
morning lord, just stay dead.
Oh god,
Now,
stay dead.
Throws dust on the fire as the fire expands.
The power of the morning lord compels you. The power.
What you didn't know is that I picked up some incense to make it look like the flyers trying to fight back.
Does anyone want to say anything particular?
Imagine if anyone, Garbo, but I don't know.
I have nothing in mind to say here, so
I had something in mind in relation to that, but it seems a bit pointless with so few people here.
I mean, if you want to speak up, Reaper, this is your chance.
No,
You
no,
might never
no.
get an opportunity.
Exactly. You'll never get to talk to Valaki again.
You might die the moment you leave the town. You never know.
No,
Is that a promise?
The whole point was to talk to the entire populace, but
I was told to keep quiet, so he's keeping quiet. It's not worth it with so few people.
Jeez. Well, if nobody wants to say anything, you all just watch on as this body reduces to this charred headless corpse.
oh no, the technically does have sort of a head now.
The head
but
is
yeah.
not attached; it's headless.
Well, it looks like it is.
I mean, the body will burn before the head and probably fall off the stake before the head does.
The head will stay on specifically because the fire doesn't go through, doesn't
The
put
stake
it down all the way
clap-
to the bone.
Okay.
Zombie will be back in about 5. Okay.
Alright, that's good.
At which point we'll be switching back to whatever the hell he's doing.
Yeah. That'll give us time to get back to the cart and such.
Make our way towards the caves on the Bone Mobile.
As
We have 5 days before we pick up the flag, right?
I just told them to deliver it to the Burgermeister.
yeah, you don't need to pick it up.
Corbin does need to pick up the suit, though.
That is true.
Yeah,
very
because he's
true.
currently in peasant clothing.
I mean, how long
Indeed.
did you say that would take? Because I know it wasn't as long as the flag.
About 1 day or 2 days, I think it was.
Yeah. So just stay overnight or something?
But we said we would go help John as soon as this was done.
Nope. Alright. He doesn't
John
need his
back
suit immediately.
and show John what we've accomplished.
Globin is not leaving without his signature suit.
Then he'll be left behind.
Yes, I know that. I was merely stating that fact.
Yeah.
We can come back after the werewolves, Corbin.
How do I have my suit?
Do you really want to get your suit dirty?
No, the only issue is with the stretch marks on it. He got resized. and as well as fixed.
Glorben's fixed. He can't. He's a fixed rat.
His suit can have children.
Indeed. So over the course of the burning, only like a couple minutes in, does Lady Lady Vlakovich actually leave? She doesn't seem to be able to stomach the seeing someone she's known for a lot of her life burning in front of her. Father Lucian stays the entire time. Victor stays the whole time as well. Carl, probably about
God,
20
I took that down. And the first thing I see is Chuck E. Cheese Glorben.
Yeah, probably about
Boys.
20 minutes goes by, and eventually he just shoves his hands in his pockets and starts walking away.
During this time, Glorman's making sure the fire keeps burning.
I'll say we reach about 6 o'clock by this point.
Would I be able to tell if people were like peering out of their houses or anything?
Roll me
looking at-
perception.
Sure. I open up my sheet. Not the best, but alright. I don't know, that was a bad roll. Looking at the modifier.
My ping shot up to like 5,000. Whoops. I
Does
missed it.
anyone
Alright.
else want to roll perception for this?
For what?
Looking around, if
just
people are
trying to
looking.
see trying to see if people are peering out of their houses and watching this happening.
You said investigation or insight or perception?
No, perception.
So I'm like, useless stat.
Indeed.
Can I take 10?
Can you take 10?
A little bit late.
It was a joke. 'Cause it's only
No,
one better.
you're good enough. You do see you do see a couple of people peering out of the doors, or well, you can only really see the ones that are peering out through the doors. All they see is this burning pile of smoke as there's some sort of corpse on there. You don't know what kind of assumption they're making.
Alright. Shia will ask Victor if they have free passes out the. Or like, will the guards stop them if they try to leave? Type stuff at the gates.
No, you should be good.
Okay. So we don't have to sneak out the way we came in. Good.
Oh, you
course-
snuck in. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure how, but it was for the betterment of the town, I guess.
Kyle, what did I say about talking?
Not to. You guys do know I completely meant to do that in character.
Yeah, no, I got that. That's what said shy and not snack.
to not to.
You guys are a joy.
So
Every time we say something, we always do it on purpose. It's the stupidest thing ever. It's like we say something that's very incriminating, and people are like, oh, okay.
And it's always Shia that does it.
It's Shia now, but before it was Sir Knight Squire.
I haven't fucked up yet on that front.
Sir Knight Squire has literally done so much shit, and only half of it has come back to bite him. The other half has tried, but he's managed to bullshit his way out of it somehow.
You've been able to bite back.
Alright.
So you guys are.
Making our way to probably gonna make our way to the Vistani camp after everything's said and done.
So, seeing as Glorben still has that baby sarcophagi, he's gonna sweep the ashes into it.
Okay. That's
Oh my.
What are you gonna
That's
do with
fine.
those? What I want to know right now, what are you doing with this?
If I don't know, It will come.
It will come. Okay.
Why it's dead? How will you make it do that, Corbin?
Shush. Make a make a note of that on your
Character sheet.
character sheet.
So he's going to be carrying this with him, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It's pocket ash for John.
Oh God.
It's in the
Okay.
baby sarcophagi. So let me just make a note on here.
Very well.
I'm
this
sorry,
is
Shade.
ash.
this is okay. This is just. You guys are great. Love you guys.
I really
No, you
wanted
don't.
to do a speech, honestly.
Throwing vampire ash at someone's eyes is a good way to blind them.
I really did want to do a speech, but
I
it's
mean,
like,
if we're talking
do
Skyrim,
that.
then
You want
it
to
makes
be
it
down
invisible.
low. And I was like, whatever.
I have an
Because like
entire
maybe
thing
people
going.
will understand what just happened. You kind of want them to, but if you don't, you're telling everyone not to. Now I guess I can't. But
Okay.
that's like,
I had a chance to write a small speech in regards to Shizuka being a thing, since she keeps bringing it up. But it kind of fails in comparison to 5 people, the important people in town that already know about what she is trying to do.
were you gonna make a
So-
speech to everyone? There's people that could be peering out of their houses near you. We proved
Yeah,
the concept of before this.
Shade, I have a quick question for you.
What's up?
So like, how many of the werewolves are outside? Like, I've counted like how many have left, right? Or I have an idea that like, what like percentage is left inside.
Yeah, 1 second. I can get you a general number.
Because I think we were told that there were like, I don't remember if they gave us an exact number, but they had like an estimate of how many were living there. I thought
I don't know.
it's been a long time.
I don't know if I give you the exact number.
now, do all werewolves look the same to you?
That's racist, Reaper.
That's really racist, Reaper.
It was a question.
I'm
Okay,
absolutely disgusted by you. I'm revolted in this
Disgusting.
moment by you.
Disgusting.
There's at least like at least 12 or so more you would gather. Oh wait,
Shade scans the map.
never mind. Yeah, about 12.
Out in the distance, John can see a pillar of smoke rising from the direction of Valaki.
Wait, I just assume that this is like in the past since we'd been gone for a while.
Unless you decided to wait 2 days.
He would have waited 1 day to
One day? Okay,
yeah, to get an idea of like their patrol patterns and that sort of thing.
understood. So you'd be around the time when they were really just
Fighting
getting
Isaac.
into Valaki.
Yeah.
So this would be happening concurrently of the whole Valaki shenanigans.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just consulting various like features on my inventory to see what I can do here.
Understood. We can
Going
actually.
to clear out the entire den himself.
No, but I had a plan for not allowing any to come inside, but it doesn't work as well as I was hoping.
We are actually going to be switching over to you here soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
They already have, it seems.
He was a
Unless you guys want to do something, I assume you're just going back to the Vistani camp and then resting, or do you want to rest in the town?
Why not just
We're
listen to
I was
town?
gonna go straight. I wanted to go straight to the thing.
Yeah, the
I heard rest. So
Oh,
unless nobody
I mean-
wants to do that,
Do
I
we
don't-
need a rest?
I
Wait,
don't.
what's this outstanding scroll?
I don't have a lot of
Globin
spell slots left, but I mean,
He's gonna.
that's about it.
I was gonna say
Storm's
I've
gonna stay
been
in
down like
town.
a couple, but I'm not like in urgent need right now.
I mean, do we not want to pick up our golem?
Well,
I would
yeah,
like to
that
pick
will
up
happen,
Cornelius.
but
Check in on how the Vistani have done with our requests.
I would want to go to the Stony Camp, pick up our stuff, and Cornelius.
Yeah. Hang party with them another night.
It's up to you.
well, I guess Globin just finds an abandoned house to sleep in.
Oh yeah, because Glorben doesn't want to leave without a suit. I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only reason Glorben wants to stay in town.
It's entirely selfish, so you guys do what you want.
Are we gonna stay with Vistani for another night and then meet up with Glorben and then head out?
Yeah.
Because next day he'll get a suit.
Yeah, have him pick up a suit, meet us at the Vistani camp.
I thought I just meet you on the road there, since you have what they call a wagon to be in.
Alright, Glorben, we'll pick you up. Get in, loser. We're going werewolf hunting.
Hey, oh, my ladder's in that now.
My ladder's in there. I thought you were carrying your ladders.
No,
Yeah.
I was carrying 2 of them.
Oh.
It's only a ladder because you only have 3, don't you?
Yep, I know. I was making a joke.
So that's a plan, right?
Oh.
Because I could
Yeah.
do for a long rest.
All right.
I could use
Wow.
3 more spell slots.
So you guys do that.
Congratulations, you're level 8.
No,
Good joke.
absolutely not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, you guys.
Not yet.
Oh no, not again.
You guys move back to. Not yet.
Not all of them.
You guys go back to the Vistani camp. You find your stuff pretty well. What's this?
Intact.
Oh, thank you for finally
Untouched.
uploading. All right. Intact. Around the corner of the house that you left. His name
Wagon.
is Cornelius.
The wagon.
You
And
see
Cornelius.
the Vistani child that you saved, Arabelle, just sort of peeking around the corner at it. As every once in a while, it glances back where Arabelle is, and she just hides behind the house again.
Cornelius, pick up a rose. Hand it to her next time.
Cornelius sees no roses.
Pick up a poppy. Hand it to her next time.
Cornelius
A
sees
flower.
no flowers.
Pick up a
Cornelius.
weed.
There's only
First,
shitty grass.
Pick up shitty grass and give it to her, and then plant flowers.
See no seeds.
Cornelius reaches down. Looks like he's going to try his best to pick up a single blade of grass. Shoves his hand
No,
into
no.
the ground.
He doesn't pick up a single blade. Picks up all the blades in front of him.
Wait, does he have a hand? Does he have hands?
Yes.
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 Okay.
He punches.
He does.
Well,
not.
yeah.
It's why I
thought
can't
they were like
project. That's
mallets.
why I can't project his arms because they're not swords.
I thought like mallets, but fair enough.
Look up an image of a shield guardian, you'll understand. Preferably the 5e one. I don't. Never mind.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I get you.
It's in the images and maps too.
It is also there.
Oh, okay, that's why I thought. I was looking at the exact one you showed, and I saw like what looks like just
Oh, the top of the hands, like the guard.
yeah. That's what I remembered. Yeah, sorry about that.
Understood.
I suppose the thing would just be to like give him a report, a quote unquote report, and to the Vistani leader that helped us, and it's like, okay, the town's in a good situation now. They're not going to be burning people willy nilly anymore.
As you see fire coming from the town.
Oh, good, it started again.
As there's just a meteor ready, a giant meteor coming down on the town. Everything is fine.
Or giants.
So it turns out in the time between you left and me coming back, I turned into a monkey and got improved evasion, so I'm fine. I passed my deck save.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
here,
exist in this edition.
level 8.
I was making a joke, Dick.
You as the smoke starts to dissipate, you see a spark flicker in the air, and Nico Bolas plane shifts into Ravenloft and starts laying waste to the countryside.
Yes, of course. Nico Bellic is laying waste.
Nico Bolas.
Nico
Not
Bellic.
Meteor comes
Nico-
down.
It doesn't get to be anyone else.
God damn it, Shade.
Who's Nico Bellic?
The middle of there, a single kid with a gun playing Russian roulette.
Wants to go.
Huh, that's weird. I did die.
Somebody keeps asking
You
him
know,
if he
there's
wants to go
5 out of
bowling.
6 bullets in this.
Oh God, Shade.
Hey, Coulson,
Silver,
you wanna
no.
go bowling?
Okay,
So,
okay,
like a bunch
okay.
of bowling
Let's-
alleys pop up and
Let's
beside Valaki. Sorry.
bring it in.
Silver,
Bring it
no.
in. Bring
It's
it in.
like you're asking a meteor to hit Valaki now.
All right.
Sorry, sorry, Shade.
So you guys are going to be resting then, or do you want to do anything else?
Resting.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm ready on side again.
All right. John's side of things. No time has passed unless he wants it to have.
Not yet. So you said there were like probably like another dozen inside, and how many are outside right now?
I said like that's the amount you saw leaving. About
Oh,
12
okay,
or
that's the
so.
amount I saw leaving.
Roll me perception.
Could be more than 12 inside.
Use your special eyes, John.
Use your true sight. Failure.
I got my passive perception.
It is not hard to notice. I honestly could have given you passive perception. You hear on the inside this echoing sounds of what seems to be a flute. Some of the notes are discordant, almost painfully so.
Werewolf Bard.
You have to have a bard off, Silver. Battle of the Bards.
I'm gonna beat him with my trumpet.
Okay, I'm just
Using
gonna have
smite.
John weigh some math in his head here real quick. So he has a silvered rapier. The rest of the party doesn't really have many silvered weapons.
Well, I have plenty of silver in my magic weapon.
I mean, that's not a problem for Shia.
That's
It's not a
technically
problem
not
for Shia, maybe.
right.
It's not a problem for the party, because he can just give everyone a silvered weapon.
It took me 3 rounds to down one of them.
You're not a fighter.
I mean, I'm better at fighting than some of the fighters that this party has historically had.
Historically.
Historically.
Honest here.
I mean,
Like,
you don't get... You... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
On the one hand, I haven't gotten to like play in this campaign for a while. And I'm kind of tempted to like go like, there are 12 more of them, that at least 12 outside. How long would I estimate I have before like the next patrol comes back, based upon having spent a day kind of watching to a degree?
You gather you have about an hour.
Okay, so an hour before they get back. If we end up having to encounter all of them, or even coming out and having more of them attack while we're coming out, that wouldn't be good. 12 of them is an awful lot. John's going to chalk it up to reconnaissance for now, and he's going to go into the cave.
Okay. Very well.
I'd love to know your rationale later.
I just gave all my rationale. John recognizes that this might be a really bad idea.
This
So
is a
You just-
bad idea.
He just is
That's
like,
even louder.
this might go easier for me, considering that a dozen of them are missing,
Give
than having
No,
the whole
no,
party have to
no.
fight a dozen plus enemies.
What Shade says that you know is a dozen going in and out, is what I heard him say.
that means there's a dozen missing.
No, going. I thought you said in and out, not just
I
out.
watched their patrols yesterday. 12 of them have gone out today, though.
Okay, then I
That's the
misheard
information I
him.
was
Is
given.
what I was asking about.
I'll give you about that much.
He does have dark vision.
I do. I do indeed.
I'm giving you the fork in the road.
I'm going
Heckin'.
to take the fork, by which I mean I'm going to get to right here, and if I don't see anybody immediately, like at like, how do I point again in this one? If I don't like see somebody over this way or the other direction when I'm standing here, I'm gonna try to flap up onto this platform here.
Hold on. That's the wrong thing. Oh. No. Shit. There we go. So you see about
I'm gonna have so many
That.
questions about how disguise self works with wings that
They're
change
just-
your body type.
They're just invisible.
Yeah, you really have to kind of question how it is that disguise self allows you to disguise yourself as someone shorter than yourself.
No, because your mass and your body type completely changed when you got your wings.
Yeah, no,
So-
but like you
You
can
can't change
you
your
can
body type.
justify like disguise self making you look bigger than you are, but there's not a whole lot of explanation for how it allows you to look smaller or leave like features off that would stick out of it. So one assumes that it's like a passive like field that like creates an appearance, including covering up your like existing appearance and elements that should stick out. It's like long fingernails and being taller than your actual disguise.
Or John has wings off of a
Yeah,
human body.
or wings coming out of the back, which, to be fair, I can fold up and treat as just part of the mass that, you know,
can?
it's...
I thought they had to be protruding from your body at all times. But fair enough.
Reaper, I
mean,
can't like pull them
It's been
in.
a while.
I can't
so
like
it's been a
retract them
while.
inside of my body, but I can press them against my back.
Oh no, it's been a while since I heard the spiel about it, so that's why I just circumstantially thought that. I'm just waiting for.
Is your
Okay, Shade, what
imagination
you
that
got?
wings always have to be like sticking straight out to the sides? Do birds just T-pose in your world?
I'm sorry. Now, do bone wings really have the flexibility for that?
What do you think are inside of wings?
I would imagine that bone wings would be even easier to hide.
We're not gonna
15.
worry about this. So,
Oh, good. It's
It's
at
a
the
really
same
dumb
time,
conversation.
15 minutes later.
I was
so
just
That's how
waiting for
every-
Shade.
yeah, you see the cave splits left and right. There's just in one side looks to be this underground spring. There's a large gash in the rocky ceiling that allows light and cold to drizzle from the outdoors. On the more eastern ledge, you also see a few crates. Other than that, nothing really on that side.
John's adventure game protagonist instincts kick in. He's gonna hop down from this ledge,
Okay.
kind of walk down this way. He's gonna go check out the crates first.
All right.
They're filled with vampire spawn.
Yeah, man.
Going on
I
a
mean,
point.
So
I
is
mean,
he
I mean,
dripping
there's
blood?
a-
Sorry.
There's a precedent for vampire spawns to be in these crates.
Fire spawns in a crate of werewolf den.
Yeah.
As far as you know, there were servants of Strahd.
I mean, They are servants of Strahd. However, I imagine that the vampires being let loose might be hungry. That'd cause some chaos. That
Hey,
said, there
look,
might also be loot
food
inside.
in front of them.
I can fly away.
Not during the supplies round. You can't.
I mean, I've seen other vampires. There's no surprise round. I have a good guess that there might be vampires. I'm gonna tentatively open them with a crowbar.
All right, roll strength check.
All right.
Is he dripping blood everywhere as he's walking by? Just as a
Just mildly.
Oh.
Mildly.
Okay, so you just sort of stick the crowbar into the first chest, and probably not even meaning to. You just sort of put it up
Pop
with all
the
the
top
force you
up and it hits the
possibly
ceiling.
can. Exactly. Inside, you don't really see much other than
A
heaps
vampire
of
spawn.
heaps of vampire spawn. Yes, heaps of adult-sized clothing.
Dang, no vampire spawning on black market trafficking.
I'm only looking at like the top layer of it. How do they look?
They look
Way
worn.
better than my clothes.
Do they look better than the scarecrow clothes that John has now?
I'll stuff them in the bag with the other set of clothes that I've been picking up.
Okay. How many?
The entire crate?
How many do
No,
you?
just the top layer clothes.
Just top layer. So it'd be
Like
like
one outfit.
Oh,
Or
that's
one
one hell of a
shirt, or
happy
whatever's
One
on
outfit.
face.
Go ahead and add another commoner's clothes to you.
That's a massive and great smirk that's right next to that crate that John's currently opening.
There is interestingly nothing else in this cave other than the underground spring.
All right. And when I pop the next crate,
Same thing.
okay, then I'm done looking at the crates.
Wow. First two was nothing. Oh, there's probably just close in all these.
Joke's on you. The tome of Strahd was in the last one. No, not actually. Actually, you don't know. Just say. Who is to
Actually,
say?
I'm not able to tell you anything here, so there we go.
Shitty.
Do I
don't
see
know.
anything over up to the like northwest there? Okay, wall. I'm gonna fly over the little lake here and up onto here.
Okay. Just gonna give you. Yeah. Okay. Let me just to keep switching modes. Just see
Also
where
some
you
fun-
are.
Go ahead and
So
roll
the child was
perception.
about right here.
Do you want to stealth through the cave, or are you just going as is?
I'm not trying to be like overtly stealthy. Like if somebody's like, yes, I am stealthy. I'll just be
Okay.
honest. I'm stealthing.
Gotcha.
I'm also looking around, but not seeing anything about. All right.
Hey, that's
I
where
knew
they-
this would happen.
If they roll the same hit, John, they can't see you.
All right. This is
You
not
hear the
bad so far.
water? Oddly,
Yeah.
It-
oh, yeah,
it's just
water
sort
over
of-
there.
yeah.
I was making a
Um,
sound a second ago, but
as you're just sort of paying attention to the water as you're walking forward, you just sort of slip up a little bit.
Isn't John flying though?
Is he flying?
He was flying when he got to the ledge, but he's not flying when he's standing. When he's got ground to stand on. That'd be suspicious.
Indeed. Glorious. Apparently, I need to shift up the thing once. There we are. You still hear that flute. It's a lot louder. Seems to be coming from that direction. That's just an obvious thing more than
Yeah, then
more than you have to actively
I'll go
listen.
check out the flute going on then.
Okay. So, let me just have that. As you walk out to this ledge, you you see this large cave with which has a smoldering fire at the far west end that I need to close the map of Valky. Get the hell out of here.
The fire has Flynn Rider's face.
What?
What?
He said smoldering fire.
What? Who are you even talking about?
It doesn't have John's eyes. It's a
Damn.
figure of speech snack.
I know. I'm just being.
Are there bones there? Like everywhere? Oh boy.
John, you can eat your bones.
They're
See,
eating human! Human!
You see this werewolf holding up. He's in human form, but very clearly a werewolf. From his tattered clothes and generally the way he looks.
That's racist.
Shush.
Shush.
Cursed people are cursed people. Yeah. He's just playing his flute, while the other wolves listen. Then he looks up immediately at you and stops playing. Hello there.
Hello.
Immediately stands and lays down his flute. You're not supposed to be in here.
I live here.
Roll me a deception.
I'm
Did
surprised
you
you
roll again to adjust for disadvantage?
Go ahead.
any negative modifiers?
That's what disadvantage is for, Reaper. I got 16 then.
Nah.
All right. You idiot.
You know,
All right. So,
He probably believes you live there.
shouldn't you be out with the hunt?
No, I was standing guard. I came in for a minute.
Why are you still in beast form then?
I didn't feel like changing.
I can understand that.
All right, see you later.
Where's the fucking water cooler fucking conversation? I hate all of you.
As you walk away, you hear the flute start playing again.
I don't believe this.
I don't believe it either.
I can't.
Small talk
I
is
was-
awkward for everyone, man.
No, it's not.
All right, let's down this way.
Holy shit.
I can't
All
believe
right.
that.
John keeps
I-
it.
I
John
can't
keeps an
believe you
ear
didn't
out
have a
to make
negative
sure the flute is
modifier to
still
that.
playing, and it doesn't sound like it's getting closer as he travels further in,
Okay.
just in case.
How many werewolves do you see again in there?
I saw one werewolf and 5 fucking wolves. Dire wolves, I mean.
Okay.
Were those actually wolves, or was that just short for werewolf?
They were dire wolves.
Okay.
Because we know normal wolves don't exist in Barovia.
I just forgot to update the encounter.
Did you actually change them to dire wolves because of the whole entire?
Oh yeah, I'm in with a bit.
All right.
Oh,
There
that's
was
Hey,
supposed to
also
be
means-
9 of them, man.
Oh god.
I thought they were large size as well.
Yeah. Again, I forgot.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay. As you walk into this, you see this this maze of torchlit tunnels and caves that expand in front of you. Bones lie strewn along the floor.
We will pick one up and eat it.
All them wolves.
Actually, yeah, that is a good idea. I'll pick up the bone that I was standing on top of and gnaw on it as I go.
All right.
It helped me get into character for my role.
But I'm sorry, they're carnivores, not bone eaters.
Doesn't mean they don't gnaw on bones to help.
Well, they'll chew on bones.
What
Ow.
uncultured
their teeth.
sap of a werewolf would eat just chew on bones? They aren't dogs.
As you're passing by here, you notice in here this large creature, this white werewolf, which is evidently not white by the token, is just sleeping here.
I'm gonna roll stealth again. Should I sneak past that one?
We're already halfway there.
That's better.
That is certainly better. That. Yeah, you're good. It doesn't seem to stir.
I'm just gonna be going with passive perception.
Gotcha.
That sounds foolish.
Okay, Reaper.
Just saying it sounds foolish because you can't really hear it.
All right. So, as you're coming by here, let me just. I'll give you up to there. You with your passive, you as you're rounding the corner, you immediately hear more sounds of snoring over here. It's like heavy guttural.
Actually, how does 5e handle a coup de grace again? It doesn't really have a rule for that.
It
does
doesn't
it?
have any willing for it.
It's just that they're incapacitated, so you can like crit them
Auto crit, yeah.
time. Pretty sure that's right.
Why the assassin subclass exists. Because it has that idea built into it. It's like you automatically crit and you do more than double damage.
Unconscious.
Plus all that sneak attack die, so you just fucking explodes people.
Attack that hits
Rolls
within 5
rolls
feet.
with advantage and
And if it hits, it's a crit.
yeah.
Yep. But as John has established, he critical one before, and it did seem to be pretty effective. But it doesn't seem. It seems as though these things take on average like 3 to 4 hits to go down. Critical is only like worth 2 hits. Try to avoid getting into fights.
John thinks mechanically as he walks by.
Yeah.
Understanding that you had to successfully hit something 4 times is a in-universe thing, Reaper.
No,
So-
no.
As you
Listening,
walk
fair enough.
by,
4
see-
decent hits.
you see this one large werewolf resting, and attached to it a totally not a nah.
But will be a
Like
child play.
this werewolf pup next to it, lying next to him.
Will
John
Zombie
John makes note of available hostage material.
Oh dear.
Oh god, I forgot that John doesn't is incredibly morally gray.
He's not though.
He is with all his problems.
With his flaws, he is more morally gray than he was before.
With all his flaws, he literally doesn't care.
I mean, he can't answer the
no.
question if he's asked one directly.
You see, at the end of the cave in front of you, there's this curtain that looks like it's made of bear skin, covering some sort
Bear
of entrance.
skin or bear skin?
Like
EAR or
a hairless skin.
ARE? ARE. Okay. Do I see anything to my right?
To your
Or
right,
is it just more like a sleeping?
it's more of a sleeping area. To your left, or no, shit. To your right, I was being an idiot. You see, to your right, I'll just go ahead and feel all that. How much would you be able to see? A solid amount, actually.
You're forgetting this man has true sight.
He has cages over there.
Yeah, but he only has certain line of sight. Man, FGU is going to be great with the line of sight thing.
Fancy
probably
Grounds University?
I'm probably going to switch over to that for Zelda.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So in here you see these rough-hewn stairs that lead down to this consistently torchlit part of the cave. You see these various cages, each of which contains these wide-eyed children. And
I'll kind of go a little ways over there. Is it literally all children, or are the cages have anybody else in them?
all right, so you get around. You can see pretty well the entire cave. I'll just give you the whole description. The cages are made of wood. Each cage has. I'll just reveal the children for you. Children reveal. Child.
Cheese for
Child.
everyone.
Child.
Everyone gets a child. You get a child, and you get a child.
Oh, but wait. Wait, there should be like
But
two
wait,
more children.
there's more.
Why aren't you visible? Oh no, you're just the token for some reason. Okay.
Oh no, they're inside
screw
of
it.
the map.
There's only that cage is empty.
Well, we see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total.
Okay,
and
so
they're all in cages.
Also,
I asked earlier a bit about the terrain outside. Is there like a forest or anything that like people could flee into, or like?
from what you know about the area, fleeing into the forest would not be a good idea. But you guys are more on a mountain. Well, you're more on the side of a mountain, a small mountain.
Okay,
the
well,
nearest
like I'm
forest
more
is-
asking, like, is there a place where like I could try to like have people huddle and hide, and try to like lead off by leaving like a blood trail or something in another direction. Did I see any landmarks on the way here where like I could direct people to in the event that I were telling them to go find people somewhere?
The closest place, you'll know where you are on the map of Barovia. You're about half a mile from from Lake Baratok where you where the tower was, but just about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About a little over a mile away is Kresk. Down some really slopey hills.
But how
Hmm?
far away did you say Crest was?
You a little over a mile.
Okay. And I'd be able to like point in the right direction, correct? Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna pull out my thieves' tools. It's time to
Okay.
rescue some children.
As you also go down the stairs, you see this statue. Second. The statue. It's this. It's very crude, made of wood. All between the cages. It, bears the rough likeness to a wolf-headed woman draped in garlands of vines and night flowers. And in front of it, you see a incredible amount of treasure. And in front of that, you see a woman in shredded clothes that kneels before the statue. And behind it, on the left side, you see a dead body, and to the right of it, you see what looks to be, well, first off, here's woman. You
Looks so
see
menacing and from Fortnite.
who looks like Rictavio, chained to the wall, seemingly still breathing.
Okay. You said this person's facing the statue?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to roll stealth to like get up right behind them, before they notice me,
Okay.
and I'm going to drop my disguise when I get there. I gotta try to intimidate them into
Haha, it's
Oh,
I,
you
John
mean
the
you're
Baptist.
you're not making.
I have
different
I
guy.
have a silver blade that suddenly appears at this person's like neck.
But you're not redoing your disguise. You're fully dropping it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
dropping it here because I don't think I can smuggle out the children and Ritavio without being noticed by this person. This person could cause severe issues if they cry out for help. So I'd have to fight some of the other people in here potentially. I gotta really show off that I'm a threat and that their life is in my hands right now. So we need to come to some kind of arrangement.
Okay.
Speak
Don't tell
Infernal.
me he failed the wall.
So, yeah, you
I'll
you sneak up behind her.
okay, and
She
I'll
doesn't
move my
seem to
heads on them
notice you.
just in case. Just in case. All right. So standing behind them, I will place my rapier like my rapier will like appear on like their right shoulder, just kind of like so that like they see it enter their field of view over their shoulder.
Okay.
Oh, I guess it is a subsequent term.
Noticing
Don't-
this, she immediately jolts a bit, but stays in place.
I don't want to hurt anyone. So I'd like if we could keep this nice and quiet. maybe we can come to some sort of agreement. I just looked in Strahd memes.
Oh boy.
Oh, you just saw that?
I just saw that. Stops.
John's just laughing his ass off thinking about a picture he saw one time.
Anyway, anyway, I'd
I'm
like
gonna
to
book like
I'd like
this
for this
once.
to end with no violence between the two of us. But I've come for him, and I kind of gesture towards Rotavio, and unless these are family of those that live here, and are merely being kept in these cages for the safety of themselves and others because they can't control themselves or something, I'm gonna probably want to take them away from here if that's okay.
She she was tense right away, but immediately calms down.
Does she notice that John is wearing a skin pelt of one of the werewolves, by the way?
Has she turned around yet?
Nope.
To look at me?
Does she hear any dripping?
Sure. It's been like 10 minutes.
It would have
Maybe.
dripped out by now.
Oh.
You hear her audibly sniff. You killed someone outside then?
Two someone's actually. I like I said, I'm not really interested in violence, but in all honesty, not a whole lot I can do when you have guards. Violence is kind of predicated on having someone that's standing there already ready to attack.
Well, you do understand that I'm a servant of one, For the one holding a sword to my neck, I dare not say his name.
Oh, would that happen to be a Sir Strahd von Zarevich? I've got a dinner invitation to see him later.
Indeed.
I wouldn't say that we're close friends necessarily, but certainly I'm someone who he is familiar with, and I'm familiar with him, and I think both of us intend to kill each other at some point, but that's just, how things shake out sometimes.
That's just pretense.
That's just how funds work.
Well, if you're going to kill me, then just do it.
Like I said, I'm not necessarily interested in violence. Are you going to try to cause problems if I attempt to smuggle these children and this gentleman over here out of here?
I have been tasked to guard these children and this hunter. So yes, I would be inclined to. However, I may also be inclined to let them free if you could take care of something for me.
Oh god, she's a quest NPC. You've hit a trigger. Damn
What?
it, no!
New plotline available. What exactly would you have need of?
I lost my mate. And
Is zombie gonna get sexually transmitted lycanthropy?
that's not what's
Alright, then.
happening.
Oh,
And that's not what's happening.
okay.
And well, I know not if he lives or if he's dead. But I do know that Kiro, our pack leader, is to blame. If you could kill him when he returns, I will be freely willing to let these children go.
But at the point that he returns, all the others will also arrive, and I doubt that they'd be as willing to negotiate.
Then you've come
You
alone.
didn't even know a time frame.
I can come back with friends.
If so, that makes you foolish, and by the time they come back, it might be too late. They only want half of these for new pups.
That's not great. I arrived alone. I have others coming, but they won't be here for a while. If I were to free them and stick around, I'd be willing to try to deal with him. Obviously, I would not have much of a enjoyable time trying to take him on if all the others interfered. Though I suppose I don't know how much capability you all have with dealing with someone striking you with magic from above, out of reach of your claws and teeth.
She stands and slowly turns at you, looking at the blade as she does, eyeing it. You're a magician, then.
I am a man of many talents.
Do
You'll
you
find
have
that I managed to best two of your associates in single combat, while
Look at
by
the
myself
massive,
with just this sword.
look at
So-
the massive muscles
So,
on
you
you.
said you dropped your disguise entirely. Does that mean like saggy face, melted eyes, whole 9 yards?
Oh,
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like you.
Oh,
That's why I
shit.
was asking. That's why I was asking if you meant. Are you looking like original John, or did you fully drop the disguise?
he looks like a demon.
If I'd
who's
been thinking clearly, I would have gone with like changing the disguise to his normal appearance. But yeah, no. Instead, I have yellow demon eyes, but my eyes have like melted out of their sockets and are replaced by black voids. I smell bad, although it smells a bit like soap and cinnamon and blood at this point. And half of my face is beginning to sag.
That's
Oh,
not what I
also-
was asking you earlier. Why?
Also,
Also, there's a
while I
massive
can
pair of
choose how
wings.
I want to speak to a degree, if I'm not paying attention to it, my voice becomes a low whisper and my smile is cruel and evil.
But wasn't that just normal John?
It would appear that you have more than just simple magic. You took something from that temple.
I did. I took many somethings. I'm on rather a
My bad. Sorry.
limited span of time, so I elected to try to hurry things along, even though I knew that it seemed as though this was going to come back to bite me to some degree.
Well, pray to Mother Night that you may have a better time, I suppose.
This is
Listen,
where you
I have an appointment with the literal personification of death at some point, so I'd like to avoid that happening while I'm trying to rescue people.
Zombie. That's when you make a. That's when you make a snide remark about one of the people showing up being Mother Night.
I was about to say the little personification of death, Shizuka, and death himself.
You know, another type of devil.
There's a gambler with a gun that keeps telling me I never had a chance.
She's not going to say anything until you say something.
I'll be right back.
I figure that with these winds, and I will unfurl winds, I can get the children out over the lake, out the door, and hopefully down towards Crest, and then be waiting for the arrival of this pack leader. Is there any sort of identification or like odd appearance to him? It's not that I can't tell you apart. It's that I don't know who any of you are. Certainly not when you are wolf, or when you are part wolf either. Any sort of identifying feature. I'd swear an oath to slay him if you allow me to help the others first, but I think considering the other creatures that I owe oaths to, it's not necessarily I'm not necessarily the type that normally would want to keep his word. However, considering that your pack leader is likely the one who has driven you all to capture these children and capture him, and who ordered guards, I'm going to blame him for the deaths of the two people outside and say that he's a murderer and a kidnapper, and that's more than enough to deserve death.
Roll persuasion.
Take the hunt and take the vampire hunter. He's the most important person here.
I'll Reaper's suggestion. So what he looks like.
He has a monocle and a top hat as well.
Oh dearie me, what happened to my
let me
Yes.
get out my fancy costume.
goddamn colonials?
Goddamn colonials.
I'll allow you to take the children that were marked for food. Once Kirill is dead, you can have the other half and the hunter.
Okay. I'm surprised. I guess you know who he is then. All right. I will get the children that were marked for food out of here then. Do you have a key? I could pick the lock, but if you have a key, that's much quicker.
Take a
She
lock, it takes out your crowbar.
I have thieves' tools.
Yeah, you do,
But
I know.
you could probably just bust off the doors with the crowbar.
moves over to these doors, to this side of them, and unlocks each door, allowing the kids out.
Oh, zombie. Are you going to do anything before the kids come up to you?
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm going to disguise self to look like normal John.
And unlock this one as well. The other one she leaves locked.
Okay, so it's these two cages here, and then this one. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Don't forget to
5
knock
kids
him
to go back
unconscious,
here.
by the way. So you don't start screaming.
Suddenly, the contractor comes by with a bag of holding, chucks it to you, and to put the children in.
They can
You
breathe.
can
but
survive long enough.
I
they
mean,
can survive for 10 minutes within a bag of holding before they start suffocating.
Meanwhile, John forgets, waits until the party comes back.
oh my. This is zombie uses disguise self to give himself a pair of horns, goat feet, and fur. I mean,
I
if he's
hate you.
stuffing kids in a bag, might as well look the part.
Are you saying Krampus?
Yeah.
Saint Krampus.
Saint Krampus or Satan?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't have a whip made out of a human spine though.
Not yet.
You can fix that problem.
She's okay. Can get
You
you
know,
one.
strive for great goals, man.
Great
Alright.
goals, man.
So I will have all the children head down here by the lake area, and then I will fly them across the lake area, and once they're all across,
Wipe them with blood first, so they smell like
Yeah,
the individuals you killed.
you get used to it.
Man, what you're doing here, like with the making the children go by themselves, that could be a novel in and of itself.
Yeah. Like I'll get them out of the mouth of the cave, and I will fly up to make sure that I don't see any wolves that I don't see any like wolves or werewolves in the distance.
I'm gonna have
A mile is quite a run for a child, but
I'm gonna have the children roll a collective stealth check to make it through, which is just.
I'm waiting for them all to
do they
die.
get advantage for being small?
But they do not get advantage because they're tasty and they're marked for food.
They're not getting advantage because there's a bunch of them.
That's fine. Do I give them any advice with my stealth? Can I use the help action?
Sure.
Don't get eaten.
Why not?
All right, I use the help action.
Very well. Here goes the second one. Okay,
Also
so
Did
they
they
take
20?
this idea to heart, and they're fucking silent.
Now, children, if you speak a word, you will get murdered.
John is a better father to these 5 children than he is to his own kids.
As as these 5 children just immediately disappear.
These children are just better learners.
So, if I ever run the 3.5 version of Strahd, that takes place in the future from this timeline. There's going to be like 5 like guerrilla warfare, like young adult guerrilla warfare veterans that just
Unless
hunt
these
down
guys die
werewolves.
on the way back because they see actual people and get killed.
Just gonna orb something real quick. Okay.
Does he tell them? Does he tell the kids how to get to Kresk, or how to get into the wall?
Those lucky bastards. All right.
The children are always the safest somehow in this.
I just
Does-
rolled random encounters for the children. They didn't get shit.
Does John tell them to tell the guards that they escaped from the?
Why would he do that?
John tells them to say that yeah, because actually I'm not like hated in Crest. It's not Valady.
Irina's also there, so more
Yeah.
children for her to take on.
Hey, we already
Yeah,
have
I
a war
say-
going on.
I say to I tell them to tell the guards that John, that red-haired gentleman, was traveling with that group of adventurers that are
The other redhead gentleman.
yeah, that the main red-haired gentleman, the tall one,
How tall is John?
6'2".
Hold up.
The taller,
You're
the
taller
slightly
than
taller
one.
one.
The one who's
The
taller.
taller
by
one.
Taller one.
The taller one.
How old is John?
What?
I'm looking for it now.
John is 25.
Oh yeah, I'm only
Okay.
5'9". I still need to grow.
The older one.
The slightly older one.
The one that doesn't. Oh, I guess they both have foot hair.
The
Fuck.
slightly taller and slightly older one.
The more mature one, the shifty looking one. Yeah, whatever best identifies John as a character trait.
The criminal.
Just give them a list. Just
Yeah.
giving them a list of potential titles.
Tell him John sent them to meet Irina.
Yeah.
All right. So,
All right. And John will then sit himself down on top of the mouth.
top of the mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful.
I'm gonna just sit on top of the mouth. Did she give me a like description of him at all?
White
Do I
fur,
have-
missing
do I
an eye,
have-
spectacles with a monocle and a top hat.
Do I even have a description to give you?
Please put it as
Are you telling
accents.
me that the module is racist and does not describe him?
It's a werewolf? Why would there be a description? They all look the same.
There's a white one.
There can be white ones. There can be gold furred, brown furred, black furred. Model.
Oh yeah, So if you kill a golden third one, you get a golden rupee, don't you?
I mean, that's if you can kill it before if you can even hurt it before it wrecks your shit.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah, it would get away. Sorry.
We would have to fight a Lionel now, just because of this.
she explains to you that he's a very patchy looking dark and brown haired werewolf. Certainly much in werewolf form where how he would arrive would be at the lead of the pack, certainly. And probably one of the bigger ones of them.
You're gonna be the alpha of the werewolves now.
Did she give me a name? I remember she said a name.
Kirill. Kiril.
Single
Okay.
combat. Declare a duel. I'm sorry.
So I am sitting on top of the mouth, looking down over the road, over the like wasteland, coming towards the mouth and into the cave, waiting for them to come back.
All right, let me just remove thine children.
There we go. Fantasy Grounds took a hot moment.
Right.
No. Shit. It's your turn, apparently. 4, 1, and 3. Okay.
Your move, Silent Assassin.
What would the gorilla young adults call their group?
The Children of John.
Good.
It's such a bad name. You don't want to be John's kids.
And they dyed their hair red.
That sounds like a cultist group.
The Smoke
fact,
Children.
I'm sure that hit.
But
The
they
Children
all
of Smoke.
The
they've all
Smokes.
dyed their hair red.
New Daddy, Mr. Smoke, said everything's just gonna be fine.
Mr. Smoke.
Mr. Smoke.
Mr. Smoke!
Oh my
Mr.
god.
Obama. Mr. Obama, help me.
Shut up, zombie.
Look, all I'm
Look at
saying
Mr.
is those
Smoke.
orphans
I'll
are
do
gonna-
anything, Mr. Obama.
Sorry,
They're
so what
gonna-
was that?
They're gonna grow. All the orphans we've collected are gonna grow up to be very brazen people.
I haven't even raised them yet.
Well, is Corbin gonna be the one stuck raising them?
Well, yeah, it's they're gonna be, the new tax system I'm gonna be putting in place requires bureaucrats.
Okay.
I mean, to be
that's
fair,
great.
the only ones who probably won't still be here are gonna be John and Shia. Everyone else I can see staying.
You're not leaving until you can actually leave.
I know. If he can leave, he's gonna try and get to the Sword Coast, and then from there, find someone who can take him home.
So,
Okay, sorry, shit.
as John's waiting, would anyone is anyone on the other side wanting to do anything? Just so I'm not particularly focusing entirely on John.
We got our short
Sure.
long rest, didn't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
said we'd long rest.
Just
And then-
long resting, and then gonna head out.
Yeah, gonna head to the cave.
We'll check the individual craftsmanship of their expansion of the suit and then head out.
All right, the suit appears to be about half done. It's they
Oh, I said 2 days. Fair enough.
like you literally
Oh yeah, sorry,
it was really earlier that day, man.
yeah, that's entirely reasonable.
Um,
Well, then you guys are going by yourselves.
Well, that's the same, but oh well.
I'm sure it's
Alright.
fine. Magic
got
weapon
plus one.
dude staying behind while potentially fighting werewolves.
Don't worry, we got Cornelius.
Indeed.
It's basically a replacement.
Damn it,
I
you're
don't
right.
know.
Just stomp those fuckers out.
No, just a guilt trip trick him into coming by saying, "Oh yeah, we don't need you anymore. We have Cornelius," and then
Eh.
his competitiveness will maybe like, "No, I have to be the one who beats Cornelius."
Okay, I'm not stupid enough nor unwise enough to do that.
But you have the flaw.
The flaw
That's
of
not
being
what the flaw does.
I like to bully others and make them feel weak and, and inferior.
Yeah,
So-
and we are calling you inferior.
You know what the best part is? I'm actually planning to play into that pretty heavily in the fight with this guy.
So,
John's calculated with how he handles things quite a bit, but this is one of those times where I'm like, I have a plan for how to bully a werewolf.
No, yeah, if Glorben won't come along, Shia's going to try and make him angry enough to follow along.
I realize me getting that trait is effectively the game allowing me to be me more than Sir Knight Squire.
Oh. Well, good night, Gobble, I guess.
Good night,
Yeah,
Garb.
I'll see you. I got work in the morning. Can't
That's
pay.
fair.
Yeah, so do
Um,
I, but why do I care?
I pull something up real quick. So, John, are you making any attempts to hide?
Nope. I'm literally sitting on the overhang looking down.
As John,
As John.
not a mysteriously red furred werewolf.
Nope. There is still a wolf pelt on my back.
Are you the
Actually, you know what? I'm going to like drag the bodies down here by the overhang, so that they're so that they're close by the overhang.
All right, that's wonderful.
It's so I
Um,
can shove them over the side.
I was gonna say,
are you the pelt collector now, zombie? For everything that dies, you get more powerful.
John's
And what-
just gonna jump scare the werewolves right when they get to the cave entrance. Two bodies collapse right in front of them.
Two bodies fall from the sky. One is just beaten beyond recognition. The other has just a weird oblong gash in its back where its entire skin is missing.
and then there's John just nonchalantly sitting on.
And there's John just nonchalantly looking down at them.
there we go. I just need to find something. So, damn it. Okay. So as you're watching an hour or so goes by, and this pack of large wolves finally emerges up the hill. Let me just got quite the number.
Would be a perfect time to drop a fireball.
Fireball.
Yeah, shame that I don't know that spell yet.
Oh, we should have got one of those skulls.
As
You guys have Strolls of Fireball?
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna just hide you.
I'm so disappointed.
It's a shame John never realized that Sir Squire had a wand that had Kona Cold in it, I believe.
It's ironic that you say that.
Just
John has the access to Cold Cold.
Nice.
I don't know if you're paying
It had
attention
a
to the
couple
combat
other
tracker.
things in it. I might have to take a
Oh.
look at what everything was.
Oh, that's fun.
How do you feel about 1v10, 1v11ing?
I mean, it's not the most convenient option.
He just has to buy time till we get there,
No, I don't.
which is a half day, if not more.
No, this is the day beforehand, so it's still like another day and a half till we would be getting there.
So they
Let's see. Cone of cold, fog cloud, ice storm, wall of ice.
I'm gonna just have that and that represent the pack for now. And you said you're not actively trying to hide, right?
I'm not actively trying to hide. As soon as I see them, I shove the packages off the side of the overhang.
First they were
Splat.
parcels, now they're packages.
Well, same thing actually.
Okay. So yeah, the werewolf werewolf corpse it drops onto the ground right as Kirill is about to go up into the mouth of the jaw. He looks down at this, immediately looks up and sees you.
Patchy looking guy, big.
Yep.
I look down at him and I go, "Are you Kirill?"
Who's asking?
It doesn't matter for very long. I'm here to kill you, but name's John. I'm going to hex him. Strength is the ability score he's going to have disadvantage with.
That includes
Oh, you son of a bitch! That's great.
that includes attack rolls, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Nope. It is skill checks and ability checks. So things like, for example, athletics.
All right.
Yeah, you're gonna grapple him, aren't you?
I'm going to shove him to the ground and then begin to beat his ass. He's going to stand up from prone, which doesn't provoke in this edition. So I've wasted a turn literally pushing the guy down. But my first turn is going to be spent just shoving this guy forcefully to the dirt in front of all of the other werewolves.
Can you get there?
Yeah, you can fly.
Well, I thought he was up above.
I am up above.
It's called falling with style.
Okay.
I'm here to kill you, and just you. If the others interfere, they can die too. Otherwise, just me and you.
I see that you're trying to commit suicide. I see.
What's new for John?
To be fair, one of my flaws is just that I believe that my death is inevitable.
Yes, I know this.
So,
I
like,
guess I was-
what's the point in trying to hide from death?
They all appear ready to fight.
Okay. Anyway, unless there's like, I'm not really giving them enough time to ready actions or anything. I'm just gonna fly down and attempt to shove him to the ground.
Okay.
He does have the option to use acrobatics, but he doesn't know he's hexed.
Indeed.
Does he not?
No, it doesn't have any like physical manifestation.
Hmm.
Although that's not
Look, he has disadvantage. He could
Ow.
nab one.
Ow.
disadvantage.
Ow.
He could roll badly.
You say it's disadvantage, all right?
Yeah.
Let's use it acrobatics. You never know.
Yeah, no. Well, that's fine, because you managed to grapple this big ol' werewolf.
Okay. I wasn't
Are you
doing
freaking
grapple. I was
kidding me?
doing shove.
Oh, shove?
So
Okay.
I'm just knocking him prone.
So
I just
alright.
I just come down, right in front of him and just grab him by the shoulders and throw him to the ground.
I'm more imagining you dart down with your wings and then just body slam him into the ground.
Yeah.
A flying elbow drop.
Yeah, he also rolled a 1.
I told you he was
Doesn't have
full
25
on.
strength though. Is the difference between the two of us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll intimidate towards the others, considering the fact that I just strolled in, shoved their leader to the floor.
Go ahead.
What do you think this is? The goddamn high school locker room?
Oh goodness gracious!
Okay. You see, as these werewolves just sorta. 'Cause
The moment you're done, you die. That's what I'm seeing here.
Roll for initiative.
All right.
As much as I want to see this out, I also am probably going to go to bed.
Alright.
I can't wait to hear about this tomorrow.
Oh boy.
I'm surprised you didn't have a disadvantage on that, but
I'ma just set these to 0. You go first. Let me just apply prone to him.
All right. So bonus action, cast spiritual weapon. And since he's still prone, spiritual weapon would benefit from the prone, right?
It's a melee attack
Yeah,
at 5 feet range.
it should.
Okay.
That is a hit.
wow, you need that.
Should. Roll another d8.
Oh,
The field vulnerability?
It did not a flag.
Oh,
No, that was spiritual weapon that he used all damage for.
It should still
Oh,
be
it-
critical. Isn't it?
no,
No?
I rolled a 9.
He's not unconscious.
Oh yeah.
I rolled
sorry.
a 9 and a
He's
2.
prone. Not alright, sorry.
I was like,
My-
shit,
My
what?
mistake. My mistake.
I was like, is he vulnerable to force damage or something?
That is also a hit. I mean, hey,
I-
how would that not be a
don't-
hit?
Oh, he does have resistance to that spiritual weapon. No, that's force damage. Nothing has resistance to that.
Alright. Yeah, good old mate Samuel Jackson curb stomps the werewolf while you just sort of poke it with your rapier. He's gonna use half his movement, of course, to get up. He's not gonna be caring to use the rest of it. Hey, Fury. And he is immediately going to nom and get a 2.
Still hits though.
Slash and hit. Yeah. He tries to bite you. You dodge out of the way. But as you're dodging, he gets you with a right swing.
Okay. I'm going to hellish rebuke him. Let's see.
Did I mark? I
I'm
marked that.
using a second level slot for this.
Did I roll that damage on you? No, I didn't.
No, it did not go on me.
There you go. You absorbed all of that.
All right.
Oh, okay.
He needs to make me the save here.
He succeeds.
Half as much.
Okay. It'll flag, auto flag.
Yeah.
You didn't drag it onto him.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'm dumb sometimes.
What's up? You get
Sometimes. Well, it doesn't freaking matter.
Wait, why did I just take...
Oh shit. Yeah, that updated really slowly.
Okay.
That was weird.
What happened?
I just took some damage out of
What do you
nowhere. I was
deserve?
very confused for a moment. I was like, did he...
Apparently the actual attack against you didn't go through, because you still had 5 temp, right?
I had 8 temp.
8 temp.
Yeah.
I guess one
I was
took a
at
while.
5 wounds and 8 temp.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That is all he can do. On back to the John Man.
All right. Spiritual weapon attack.
Ooh. That's a 20.
Since it makes an attack roll, does it like have critical in this edition?
I don't know if it can. I assume it can critical. It just doesn't get any of the effects. If I were still using a crit table.
Oh, okay. So we go ahead and roll the dice twice.
It should
'Cause
play.
when I drag it, it didn't do anything.
Try dragging it first.
Okay.
Well, you do have the
Just
critical.
because it's automatically flagged as a critical.
Oh yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
right. It got it. I was sitting there going, "There's only one die there." All right.
I was gonna say if it didn't, you always have the critical button now because of the update Shade did.
Yeah.
With a module.
Okay. Then I will attempt to stab him.
Jesus Christ, man.
All right, this guy is just gonna die. He's dead. There's nothing he can do.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Okay.
werewolves of Barovia will remember, John.
So
They will
Or they
remember
just around you as soon as his leader's dead and then stab you to death.
so the
John
mace.
did the power move of flying up.
The mace immediately flies into the back of his head and retracts like Thor's hammer at the end of a throw. As he's recovering from this, he's flying forward. You stab right into his shoulder, and that arm just sort of goes limp as he pushes himself off the silver blade. Ouch!
He's listed as critical. What is it? It's healthy?
Healthy, light,
Something.
medium, heavy, and then critical.
Yeah.
Yeah, critical last.
Yeah.
What is this?
So it's
Round
his
two?
turn. He's
Well, he has no
incredibly
choice but to
stubborn.
fight. Well, he has no choice but to fight. It's fight or die in this game of SAO.
God damn it, Reaper.
He's going to immediately say, "Are you blind? Kill him!"
There's 10 of you.
None of them move.
Like, legitimately. I still don't understand why he didn't have disadvantage in that intimidation check. There's freaking 12 of them.
Their Pack Alpha literally just got shoved to his knees
Yeah.
in front of me.
That's why disadvantage was negated. He actually did something more than talk. Alright, he's gonna try to bite into you. Would you mind hitting you, bitch?
This guy is gonna go down without hitting.
He
He
hit
hit.
once. He just
I
didn't
hit
get through my
once.
temp
He
HP.
hit
not
with the claws.
There we
Again.
go.
Same thing happens. He slashed. He tries to bite into you, but then immediately you get slashed. Goodbye. Oh no, Fort. You
So
rolled
now Hellish
ones
Rebuke
on
again?
both D4s.
I want to see him die to the Hellish Rebuke. He failed it. I want to see him die to the Hellish Rebuke.
Oh. Wow, you must be out of spell slots at this point.
No. I have 1 second level and 3 first level left.
Wow, you must have a lot then because you've already used 3 seconds, so. No, actually, I think 4.
I've used 4 second and 1 first.
Yeah.
Thing
I
is, you can also
recommend-
convert sorcery points too if you
Yeah, I
want.
still have 4 sorcery points that I can use to buy back some spell slots.
May I recommend? Actually, you know what? You know what? Never mind. Do it. You already used your action. Do what you're gonna do. You gonna attack with spiritual weapon?
Yeah, I'll attack with spiritual weapon.
All right.
I'm thinking of another funny way to finish him off is just to pick him up.
How do you want to do this?
gonna-
The spiritual weapon hits him in the back of the head, driving him onto my blade, impaling him. He was already dead by the time he hit the blade, though.
Yeah, he had 1 hit point left.
I was thinking the best way to finish him off was to grab him, take him 30 feet into the air, and just let him go.
That would have been funny.
He had enough HP that it would have automatically killed him just from the 20 feet.
So, Kirill, this patchy black and brown werewolf, slumps forward onto your blade. I assume you let him down. The werewolf blood just sort of burning off the blade. As you look to the semicircle of its kin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of draw the blade out and like clean it across his back as he collapses to the ground. Just wipe it across the back of his fur.
You standing here with this mace here that's only gonna last for like 30 more seconds, but you know. Is there anything you want to do in this moment?
Weird. This is extremely weird.
I'm
Just
gonna turn my back on them and fly inside.
Just imagine that Stanley somehow magically accomplished this exact same thing at a lower level.
5, 10, 15, 25.
I
You
believe
don't-
these things don't have perception. Okay.
You don't hear them following you. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Oh
5,
boy.
40, 550.
Kid, I think I know what you're going to call this session.
Just
The
tell me.
duel.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not a. I wouldn't. You know what? Duel's a bad name for it.
Slaughter.
Slaughter's close. I would say execution.
Yeah, so next time on Realm of Shade, the party is going to be on their way to see what's going on with John, and we'll see what else happens on John's side of things. Until next time, bye.
Good night, folks.